All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Hello, everyone, and welcome to our late night live stream. It's me, TheCardconomist, and it is April 10th, 2025. Here's Squid 6, Caden Ballers, Alpha Alex, and Smoking Sharp. Hey, what's up? All right, so we're putting in that menu. I'm going to grab this. Here are our tags. Ba-doop-doop. What should this say? This should say, technically it's a giveaway night, but I feel like I always say that. I'm going to say Lugia break close. Mewtwo break close. There hasn't really been a change to our menu. Rocket, let's see. How about Glory of Team Rocket? Presale break, live card shop, lots of breaks. So that's just the title. It's just breaks. All right, cool. Boy, I got a lot of work to catch up on. I am behind, man. I am behind. I'm gonna go ahead and delete some of these. Shipping info from Mr. Gargoyle. I think this guy asked me a question. All right, so I answered that email. Good, and now we've got... Here's Miss 6. She wants a Lugia spot. All right, jumping in that Lugia right at the end. He's very close, so we're anticipating this one ending tonight. Good luck, 6. Here's another break that could end very quickly. There's actually only 5 spots in here. The Mewtwo Altart. Here we are. Glory of Team Rocket suddenly moved. That's up to 3 spots now as well. So that's suddenly moving. Let's count this at the beginning of the stream. What's up, TheCardconomist? Hey, what's up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So there's 22 spots in here. What's their new Minecraft and SpongeBob card products that dropped recently? Was there? I don't know. I mean, Magic had a SpongeBob thing. Excuse me. All right, thank you, 6. Here's Squid Pokemon shipping Slab and Sylveon. All right. He wants a Sylveon. Got it, man. Set that there. Okay, so just the Slab and the Sylveon, nothing else, right? So I noticed you mentioned you wanted this pancaked a little bit. Here's some extra sleeves. That should pancake it somewhat. All right. Let's go open up our shipping software. Bloop. Sylveon. I sent for a Lugia spot. 6, you shouldn't have. So there's 5 spots left in Lugia. It's so close. Here's the current, we're always got a couple of challenge break packs. Look, so you can do any of these if you want to work on your scorecard. Here we are. We got Weedle Wobbuffet and Fates Collide. Yeah, so you can do a break on a Fates Collide pack if you wish. These are 2 people breaks. They're pretty painful to miss on, I suppose. But I think everything is painful to miss on. So, Squid Pokemon. I do have an address for a Squid Pokemon. I'm going to use that same address. Print. Ba-doobie, ba-doop, ba-doobie. All right. All right. I warned Alexis that this one's kind of pricey. Did you get my $5 to extend my bago? I think I saw that. We're going to process that in a minute. Okay, that's done. We have an order from Exadrian Adorno. He says, extend my bag for a year. Okay, we just got to find it. Exadrian. So that's the thing. You can extend your bag for $5. That's the new rule. It's $5. We took that away. Ah, here it is. Oh my God, good timing on that. It's an old bag, man. You want to see what's in it? So you got some stinky hollows. You got some cards. You got some more hollows. You got these guys. You got Slitherwing. Okay, bunch of these hollows. Drifloon, Clive, Iron Treads. Tons of hollows. Here's a nice hollow, Pikachu. Some more hollows. Okay, so that's your stuff. These are those interesting reverse hollows from the one set. So those are kind of decent. And then I don't know what set these come from, but that's also hollows. So lots of hollows in there. And let's get you a fresh bag. Remove hollows. Okay, I'll take these off for you. I'm going to leave the other ones in, the ones from the other set, because I think those are a little more special. And I think all we got to do, actually, is we'll keep the same bag. It's pretty readable. And we'll just write $4.25 on it, okay? Okay, cool. All right. Cool, man. That's one of the oldest bags over here now. Now, if you're international, you don't have to do that. We'll extend your bag for free. You keep your stuff over here for free. If you're international, we can store your stuff over here forever. Just beware, if my house gets torn down in a tornado, you're not going to like that. But yeah, we do that to help you out because we know when it crosses the border, there's a big cost to that. Whoa. Argent Joshi, $600. He says, PSA 9, Green Poker Zard, international shipping. I also have an existing Poker Totodile slab. All right, you got it. So that slab sold after all. Here it is. All right. I have an existing Poker Totodile slab. All right, you got it. Let me get that label made. Okay. All right, creating that label right now, since we already know what's going into it. All right. Okay. Oh, itchy eye. Thanks again for agreeing to sell. No problem, man. Yeah, it's hard for me to give those up. I really like them. Oh, my eyes so itchy, dude. The damn allergies. Oh, there goes. All right, print label. Print. Cool. Okay, very nice. Let's see. Well, Alexis should check for the Totodile slab. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I got to remind her, but she knows that's how it works. She's been doing this for like a full year now. You always check. Felt like I need to write that down. All right. Cool, 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 man. Toss this over here. Now we just have to bite our nails and hope it gets past customs. All right. That's nice. Wow, that was a big order, guys. All right, I'm done for the night. I'm just kidding. You get a big order like that, you feel like you're done. Here's Jacob Doenbaugh. He says, for the PSA Crystal Guardian Reverse Hollow. For PSA Crystal Guard Reverse Hollow. Huh? Crystal Guard Reverse Hollow. What is he referring to? Crystal Guard? That up here? Crystal Guardians? I'm not sure what he's referring to. PSA Crystal Guard. Maybe he meant to say something else. I want to grade it. It's in my bag. Oh, you want to grade it? I got it. Okay. So that was what we were looking at yesterday night. My bad, dude. When you said PSA, my brain thought a graded Crystal Guardian. I was like, I don't think I have one of those. No problem. Yeah, I was stuck there. Here we are. Cash App has limited space. No, it's all good, man. If I was smarter, I would have remembered you and I were talking about that card yesterday night. Here it is. So sending that off to PSA. And 2 live customs. You got it. Okay. All right. Pop this over here. I need to take like a whole day off and get caught up on all this stuff, man. You're one of the smartest men I know. I know, I'm so smart. There we go. All right. Let's see. That's why I still mess up girls' names to this day. ... PSA. All right. Very good. Just like that. Okay. Popping this over here. Good. 2 live customs. 96K. Yeah, did you see that? We're at 96.1. Whew, just moving along. Trying to get to that 96.2 now. No, you didn't say Poke Shuffles. You said live customs. Those are pricey. All right, here goes. Oh. 1, 2. Ooh, 2 cold ones. I'm sorry. All right, 2 cold ones. All right, so this was available for a battle if anyone wanted it. These 2 as well. These are available as battle cards. Now let's get a rotate on these slabs. Let's see some new slabs tonight. Here's Ghastly. He's pretty pricey. He's a really high quality card, I'd say. Here's a Rainbow Clefable. That's not bad either, to be honest. So I got 2 of these guys. They're priced about the same, huh? Look at that. 2 of these guys for sale. Oh my gosh, Giratina's available. Clefairy 9. All right. I sent 29 as well for a battle on the Fates Collide. Ooh, okay. And there it is. I see it. So we should use a sleeve for this. How many packs in a Fujimi box? 12 packs. 12 packs. Okay. And Jacob. So we're officially changing these. They're not going to be gym badges anymore. It's going to be a scorecard, just like in the past. All right. Oops. I think the way the scorecards can work, we could, well, no, we'll just have them be for battles only. I was going to say, they could be universal. For example, the scorecards could keep track of when you pull the chase card from a set. They could also count for when you pull maybe like a big break. But I don't know, maybe that's not a good idea. All right, you got the dots. All right, like this. Win-loss. How's that look? In the past, we'd make these funny cards with, like, you could actually pick out your favorite bulk card, and we'd edit it into an actual, like, scorecard. I'm just tired. Lol. How much is the box battle? You talking about this over here? It's pricey. I'm not going to lie. If you look at my menu, you can pre-order, pre-sale it as well for me. Glory of Team Rocket is quite expensive. Here it is. You know, I got to pay that tariff now. It's a 10% tariff. And I always had to pay everything else for this as well. Like, for example, notice when you check out, there's no sales tax. Well, yes, there is. I pay it. So I pay a sales tax in secret. I'm going to pay that 10% import fee now. And, you know, I got the PayPal fee and all that. And I still got to make a little money. So, and the price on them are just unbelievable. So if you look at the price of those, they're just unbelievably high. Here it is. Just the demand for the set, I suppose. All right, so this has got somebody in it. I don't know if anyone else has tried to pull a spot in here yet, but that's got somebody in it. I can't even read that. Did you hear the tariffs are paused and it's a blanket 10% now? Yes, I did hear about that. Thank heavens. That sounds nice to me. All right, Mr. Wolf says, for MetaZoo, Hello Kitty, mister. And as always, thank you. Whoa, Mr. Wolf. So, MetaZoo, Hello Kitty. What are we talking about? A whole bunch of them? MetaZoo, Hello Kitty. What are we talking about here, Mr. Wolf? Let's go take a look at MetaZoo, Hello Kitty. Because we have, there is a MetaZoo, Hello Kitty slab somewhere. I don't think that's what it is, though, is it? He is probably talking about boosters. Okay, MetaZoo, Hello Kitty is a $3 booster. Ooh. Yeah, I got the 125% tariff. So that would be 43 packs, is that right? Is that, did MetaZoo Hello Kitty get really expensive or shoot up in price or something? Like, why is that, let's see, MetaZoo Hello Kitty. We're selling them for $3. I need to know if I need to restock this. Doesn't look terribly expensive. All right. I'm going to go ahead and purchase a little more of this set. Except for China, they were even upcharged when the rest got paused. There it is. All right, let's see. China. Divided by 36. Okay, looks like our price is dead on. Let's go get some Hello Kitties. Run it, my friend. Hello Kitty time. I'll be back. All right. So it's 43 packs, correct? That's a lot. Tron Aries looks sick. Sounds great too. Yeah. I've listened to so much Nine Inch Nails for so many years. Even like the very first sound they played, I was like, oh, that's a Nine Inch Nails sound. You know, because he uses the same instrumentation in all of his work. It is. It's really fun. Okay. Wow. That's a lot, man. Can you aim the camera over? Same, mister. Huge Nine Inch Nails fan. Nice. Okay. There you are. All right. Tossing this over here. Lovely. So that's 36. So we need what? 4 plus 3. Is that right? Wait, what's the number we're trying to get to again? I can't remember. 109 divided by 3. Oh, no, we're supposed to open up 36 of these. You ordered one box of them. I'm being a goof. According to this, you ordered one box. Okay, I was just doing my math wrong. All right, 109 divided by 3 is 36. There we go. I'm being crazy over here. Okay, all right. One whole box of MetaZoo Hello Kitty. I've sold a lot of this product. All right, Mr. John Wolf. And did you already have a bag? Or is it just, is it a new bag situation? What'll the bag name be? Will it just be Wolf? Yeah. All right. Okay. Knowing Disney, I feel confident they're going to ruin it. But the music will be good. All right. Okay. All right. Good. Ooh. Tossing this away. Tossing this away. Welcome, guys, to the Wednesday late night stream. Take a minute and smash that like button for me. Okay. Let's see if we can pull you some value here, Mr. Wolf. We gotta make you $100. Here's Kuromi and Black Dog of the Hanging Hills. All right. It's just one rare card in here, right? Here's Chibi Explosive Rabbit. Chibi Snow Snake. Here's a little My Melody. That's cute. Daft Punk music, mainly the reason. Yeah, the music was the selling point. Here's Chibi Mothman Reverse. Here's a Kuromi Reverse. Here's a Chibi Bookmark Reverse. My Melody Reverse. Kuromi Reverse. I like this one a lot. Look at that one. Nice clean card. I like that one. All right. Let's get this pile in the sleeve real fast. You can grade the reverses. I think I noticed with MetaZoo, the reverses don't go for as much. Okay. All right. What do we got here? We've got Kuromi Wheel, Kuromi and Chibi Unicorn, Kuromi. Oh, that's a crazy looking one. Look at that. Whoa, I don't see that one very often. Crazy. Okay. Here's just a plain Kuromi. We've got Chibi Emma something. Chibi Sam Sinclair. Sam's kind of scaring me. Chibi Lightning in a Bottle. Ah, there's a good pull. Kuromi and Melody. All right, nice. Like it. I like it. Like the old tees. It's a nice thing. You know, I get to compare old MetaZoo to new MetaZoo now. Old MetaZoo has a kind of more Pokemon card-like feeling to it, I feel. Whereas the new MetaZoo almost feels like Lorcana. Except for when they crack out the old drawings. Okay, you ready? Here goes. Okay. I wonder how much it costs to implement pulling this licensing off. I wonder how much money that cost. They went bankrupt after this. After the Kuromi Cryptid Carnival, they had trouble moving this product, and then that was it. They were bankrupted. This is such a weird collab. I don't get it. Yeah, it doesn't truly make sense. However, if MetaZoo had been very clever and they kept getting licensing deals, they could have tried to be a bit like Weiss Schwarz, maybe. But it's a bit of a strange one. But look, it's selling. Isn't that interesting? MetaZoo Hello Kitty. It's selling. And that is because the Hello Kitty brand is so powerful. And Hello Kitty sold its license to Weiss Schwarz afterwards. Very strange. All right, second half of the box. First half of the box had this lovely card in it. That's great. This crazy thing. Okay, we're looking for some more My Little Hello Kitty cards in here. I keep trying to call it My Little Pony. Here's Trade Costumes. Chibi Mothman Reverse. How about Chibi Mothman Hollow? Chibi Uktena. Oh, there's a good one. Look at that. We got a Kuromi. All right, lovely. Another Kuromi. They said have 2 of them. Lovely. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Chibi Sentry. Chibi Wahili. Ooh, wow, you're just getting all of them. He's doing good. These are all Hello Kitty cards. You are doing good in this box. Because if these grade 10, you're probably going to make a lot of your value back on these cards. Just waking up, enjoying the stream. Now I have to go to work. You got to go to work, not work. Okay. All right, we're 25 minutes into the stream. I said Hello Kitty to my wife in bed. She left the house that night. All right. Oh my gosh, he's pulling nothing but Hello Kitty cards. Did he pull like... So he's pulled like 2 of these now. Wow, this is the ideal box, man. All right, well, let's keep going. Here's Kuromi and some sewer alligator. Chibi Leveling Frogman. The unicorn. This chicken. Bakak. All the luck. He's getting all the luck. Here's My Melody. Ooh, you need that one as a full art. Okay, here's this guy. All right, and there it is. That's the end of the box. One whole box of Hello Kitty. Thanks, man. That was $109. Here's what he walks away with. So first of all, he's got this whole stack over here. Some of them being a little less than ideal, but I mean, some of these are probably worth some money on the right side. But on the left side, he's got some really, really decent cards that I think if they graded well, you'd probably flip your value on these. You'd probably make more than you spent. Cool. All right, that's for Mr. Wolf. I have a bag from a bit back, so just run a new one, and old bag I'll donate, says John Wolf. All right, sounds good. So we're going to write you down as Wolf, because that's your Cash App name. Okay. Mr. Wolf. Actually, we're going to put it down as the actual Cash App name, maybe? Mr. JW. $4.25. Thank you very much, man. Are you excited for the black and white set? Not as much. I actually never liked those cards. Black and white was the game I didn't... Yeah, so that was when I gave up on Pokemon, the video game. I played Pokemon all the way up to black and white, and then I said, I'm done with this. This is awful. And it was just too much change for me. I didn't enjoy it. I wasn't that hyped for the, Reshiram, Zekrom. They looked okay, I guess. They looked kind of weird, I suppose. But, yeah, so I never played that game. Maybe I should play it. Maybe I should give it another chance. I don't know. My old bag would be John Wolf. Let's go looking for that. Okay. Ugh. We have a John Fong. Who's that? John Bailey. John Molina. Johnny Diaz. John P. Willie. We got a John P. Willie. It was up top a while ago, Troy. Here's Jonathan. Jonathan, Joey, John Wolf. That's not an expired bag. You got cards with me, man. All right, John Wolf. You got 2 different names. What do you prefer? Probably the PayPal name, right? All right. Yeah, you don't have an expired bag. You're all good. And this ain't even a small amount of cards either. You got plenty of cards over here. So where'd we just put you? We put you in the M box. go. Well, dang, I missed my notification, but I made it. Okay, there it is. So this is actually a John Wolf bag. Not expired until 7/24. If I were you, I wouldn't let it get as old as 6/24. It's gonna say number 2 on it. All right, just like that. And let's get you back up here now. Got a Joey Barton bag up there. How crazy is that, Joey Barton? Okay. Yes, that's right, Lurkin. Professor Dr. Minister, do you ever buy sealed product from any of your followers? Yeah, I do. In fact, if you guys run into something that you find on the shelves at Walmart or Target, you're welcome to buy that and offer to trade it with me. So, for example, you know, what would be a good example? Maybe like Blooming Waters 151. If you could have gotten a hold of that, you could have sold that to me at the secondhand market price for store credit to pay down a slab or something like that. That is because I constantly need a source of cards, and I don't go to Walmart and Target. I don't have time for that. Here's Isidro. He says, may I do 9? Wait a second. That's a 7-minute. Okay, so hold on, Isidro. Not your turn. Not your turn. There's other people who've waited longer. They got to go first. Will you do a video of the tariffs being lifted for 90 days? I have a lot of thoughts about that. I certainly could make a video on that. James Gower, shipping for my Bulbasaur slab and 8 hollow shuffles. Here we are. All right. Did you like the first video? I wonder how that video did. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got any DBZ? Yeah, we got some Dragon Ball Z. Check the, I think it's in the secret menu. I think Dragon Ball's in the secret menu. There's a link to that in the description. Oh, that's a cold round. I'm so sorry, James. That's a cold round. Sorry, man. Don't have a bag, I don't think. Don't have a bag. So you got a Bulbasaur slab. Is this an international shipment? This is international. James, can you describe your slabs for me? Okay, Mr. James Gower. It's a Bulbasaur slab. Is it anything else? It's a poker slab. All right. I have plenty. Go sealed supply. Do you remember roughly what the price was on that Bulbasaur? I think it was Bulbasaur Blue Deck. Like the stream, y'all. Yeah, let's see what the likes are at real fast. Likes are sitting at 26. Smash that like button, please. 110 or so. Okay, so now we have a kind of a figure here. All right. You got it, man. Okay. All right. Rest of the value on this. I thought the video was very informative. I thought you made some great points. Thanks, man. Okay. Looks like all first edition MetaZoo prices have increased pretty well over the last week. Oh, very cool, man. Very cool. I happen to be sitting on the Mothman, so I feel good about that, the Kickstarter Mothman. Quartz is such a pain. All right, I'm printing the label. Okay, there we go. Did you need me to check for a bag, by the way? You said you didn't have a bag, but you almost made it sound like you weren't sure if you had one. Maybe I should have looked before I printed the label. James Gower. Looks like we're all good. Okay, good. So just slabs. All right, it's on the way. Thank you so much, James. Yeah, I'm glad Trump lifted the tariffs. I think that we would have gone through some rough times if the tariff stayed so high. But, you know, it's interesting. They're at 10% now. And it's almost like that's a good thing because it's relieving that it's only 10%. So it's very clever almost in a certain way. It is. All right. Mr. Eddie Mendoza, one spot in the Mewtwo V. You got it. Depending on who you listen to, some people kind of take the whole tariff trade war and they spin it as like the absolute worst thing, the decline of America, the incoming collapse. And so if you're listening to like mainstream media that typically takes more like the Democrats' position on things, they're pretty rough about it. Yes. All right. There's people who are not a big fan of what happened. Here it is. Spot the Mewtwo break. All right. Very nice. China's at like 125% tariffs. Yeah. Actually, that's why I'm still all cash. I bought into the stock market when it declined, and I made like, I can't remember how much I made. I made like $640 today, selling off my stock a second time. I sold my stocks off. So I made a little bit of money, but I got out. I don't want to be in it. I don't think it's over yet. I think Trump and China have to come to an agreement. And if they do that, then the stock market will certainly jump and probably stay high. But, you know, when you think about it, the real problem is that we have real problems with China, and we've just gotten kind of complacent about it, you know. Sort of like when North Korea was working on a nuclear bomb. This was back during the Obama administration. And he's like, I think I might have to go to war with North Korea. And we just did not do that. And now North Korea has a nuclear bomb. So, you know, it's just sort of like some countries are doing things we don't like, and we got to decide whether they get away with it or not. Here's Elizabeth Reigns, Fates Collide. Ooh. All right, here we are. We're having a battle, everybody. Okay, here we are. And let's correct this. But yeah, you know, I heard somebody talking from another country, like an economist or something, and they were saying they're actually very pleased Donald Trump went into this trade war with China because he was talking about how only the United States could have done that. Other countries don't have the purchasing power, the economic strength, the ability to kind of fight back against some of the practices that occur in China to sort of win the market. All right. Oh, the other card's in here. And it's sort of like this Band-Aid that America doesn't want to pull off because we're happier not maybe like rocking the boat, you know what I'm saying? All right, here goes. So, all right. China does all these tricks like stealing intellectual properties, stealing technology. There. They cheat when it comes to stuff like labels, properly labeling food, like organic food, stuff like that. They do a lot of things that other countries don't want. This includes like Australia, Canada, the EU, other Asian countries. They bully the other Asian countries too. They do the same thing to them that they're doing to us. They won't buy any of their products. They'll only sell to them. And when they talk about currency manipulation, what they're referring to is in order to maintain their cheap labor, China just prints a ton of money and destroys the value of their currency so that they can then buy gold. So they buy gold, the government buys gold. All right, here goes, round one. Ooh. Ready? Here goes. Swampert, 110, that's a strong card. Versus Elizabeth's, ooh, Magnemite. Even the electric weakness isn't going to help you here. So first round, going over there. Ready? Rattata, that's a weak card. You're hoping for a tie now, and it's not a tie. So this goes to Elizabeth, round 3. Ooh, look at that Tyranitar. So Tyranitar is 120 HP. I don't know, Elizabeth. This might be rough. Oh, man, that is a good card. Alakazam, but it's not going to beat Tyranitar. Tyranitar wins the battle. All right. That's Jacob Doggenball. There you go. China takes advantage of every American product. iPhone creates so much work for bootleggers. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so they do things that really aren't tolerated in other countries, stealing intellectual properties, and you can't challenge them on it because they'll just ignore you. Like you just can't do anything to them. And so America's maybe the only country that could fight them on these subjects, but nobody's willing to do it because it'll make the stock market crash. There it is. All right. So you're going to take a win, Mr. Jacob. And you are going to take a loss, Miss Elizabeth. I think we're doing the chicken scratches. That's what we were doing, weren't we? Yeah. All right. How do I become pokey rich like you? I worked very hard over the last 6 years, and I bought products when they were cheap, and then they got expensive on their own over time. So I wasn't born with like $1 million or anything. Here it is. I just bought cards and let them get 6 years older. And I imagine they're going to keep doing that. That's my prediction. All right, good luck. Here goes. Mr. Jacob. Did you see the numbered PSA Mewtwo magazine that's going for a lot? I saw PSA showing that magazine off, but I didn't see it on eBay. Oh, I think I saw a break card in here. Spoink, Diglett, Larvitar, Carbink. Oh, there it is. Omastar. All right, not bad. Not bad. All my fake Pokemon cards came from China. Right, counterfeiting is a problem. It is, but the currency manipulation is a problem too. It's actually really unfair for the workers in China. Essentially, what should be happening is the Chinese workers, because of their hard work, they should be becoming very wealthy, similar to Americans, right? So, like, how can you have think about it, guys. How can you have the second wealthiest country in the world and they still have a ton of cheap labor? How does that happen? Well, they've been cheating. They've been making the yuan artificially low, and then they use that money to buy real valuables around the world, like foreign currency and gold. So in other words, they take all the purchasing power from their own citizens because they're an authoritarian regime, right? That's their Communist Party. They take all the purchasing power from their own people. They use it to buy gold and US dollars. And then how do they get all the money? Like when they're making all this stuff, what do they do with all this stuff? We print money and buy their stuff too. So we're buying like mold injected plastics so that the Chinese can buy gold. They can buy gold and bonds. So it's just this really bad situation, and nobody can really stand up to China at this point because they're so wealthy. They're very wealthy. They're much wealthier than the EU, for example. All right, Miss Elizabeth. So, there's people who are extremely critical of what Trump's done. They're like, oh, this is the end of the world. How could you have done this? And then there's other people saying this was the Band-Aid that needed to be torn off. They needed to be challenged and told, hey, if you're going to be the second wealthiest country, you have to be more fair. It is. All right. It kind of brings back that reality that we've sort of forgotten. Is like we're a democracy civilization where people vote, they have freedoms, they have decent incomes, and over there they have an authoritarian communist regime that says, we're going to surveil you, you're going to do what you're told, don't criticize the president, and we're going to, manipulate the markets to your chagrin. Justin Com says 10 black flames. You got it. Japanese, I think, right? Let's see. China number 1. Let's see. Yes, he has to be talking about the Japanese one. There it is. All right, good. So, Mr. Justin, but yeah, it reminds you that we really like getting our cheap stuff, but it reminds you that we have values. We're different. We have an ideology about how the world should be ran. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're sort of making our ideological opponent very wealthy. But there's more to it than that, So what they do with their wealth, they turn around, they buy gold, they buy our dollars, and then they say, we're going to invent our own reserve currency. So, they're a little more than just like another country doing business with us. They're kind of our enemy in a certain way. You know what I mean? They don't share our values. The politicians don't share our values. They support our enemies. We just found Chinese people in the Ukraine war, right? assuming Zelensky was telling the truth, they supported Russia during the Ukraine war. So Russia invades Ukraine, and we sanction Russia. And how does Russia survive? They got a gigantic business partner called China. So they aid our enemies, and they're allies with Iran as well. Yeah, it's a worrying thing, isn't it? So it's a difficult thing because we don't want our economy to crash. We all want to be rich. Apparently, we want loads of plastic. We're all about plastic. We love plastic because that's the number one thing we're buying is plastic. We trade real dollars for plastic. Dollars that can buy gold are traded for plastic. If I could just get a little more plastic, and then after that, maybe you could wrap that up in plastic. And on top of that, you could put it on a plastic shelf in a plastic store. Ooh, look at that. So we love plastic. Look, these little sleeves are plastic. I guarantee you they came from China. Here it is. Everything's plastic. PSA probably sourced this plastic from China. Ooh, very nice. All right, that was for Justin. All right, very nice. So, you know, it's probably a good idea to decouple from the country that wants to establish a competing global currency. You know what I mean? Here it is. It's sort of like we are kind of in a business like world war, and we're financing our opponent, and we're scared to break up with them because then we're going to take a hit too. Here's Justin. But ideologically, they're not like us. They're very much against our ideas. Here we are. Debt to China. Remember when Gaddafi was killed for trying to convert the national currency into gold? China be tripping. China uses kids to work at sweatshops. I don't see us doing that. Right. So how is it that they managed to get away with this cheap labor if they're the second wealthiest country in the world? How do they do it? Well, they abuse their people. That's how they do it. So, I don't know. Would it be so bad if maybe we gave other countries a chance to step in and take over some of that manufacturing? You know, you got countries like India, they're looking for work. So I've heard people in other countries saying that they're very glad the United States finally did this because China themselves were acting kind of like a bully to the countries around them. They basically have to agree to what the Chinese want politically or they get in trouble. You know, and then this idea that, well, if we lose China, we don't buy product from China, we'll be screwed. Well, who are they going to sell to? Who else wants to buy all of China's plastic? Are they going to sell it all to Germany? Germany's just going to start consuming huge amounts of plastic. It turns out all the countries want the same thing. All the countries want to be the ones to create stuff out of plastic and then sell it to us. They want to sell us plastic. They love selling us plastic. It's a great way to get rich. You get this thing called plastic. It's virtually valueless. It's worse than valueless. Plastic is it's toxic. It's quite literally toxic. You hear about the microplastics ending up in people's bodies and how it's probably giving us cancer now. Here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's Miss Elizabeth. Good luck. So every country would like to sell plastic. It's fantastic. I mean, what's better than selling plastic? Here you go. Have some more plastic. Here's Paris. Here's Crocodile. Here's Garbador. Wow, that's a cold round too. All right. But so again, maybe it's not such a bad idea to decouple from China. They're trying to take us down. They're trying to replace us. Why are we helping them with that? There's only one reason. It's because we're cowards. We're cowards. We're cowards. We're scared to break up with them. We're scared to say, sorry, let's do business with other people who aren't trying to replace the dollar. Here's Elizabeth Reigns. 2 spots in the Lugia. Whoa. Lugia is about to go off. All right. You got it. We're scared to do that. And then if you're the one who does it, you're going to get bullied by the other political team in your country. So like the Democrats, you do something sharp and dangerous and risky, and that's your opponent's opening to take you down. You know, oh, look what they did. They rocked the boat. They rocked the boat. Our opponent's trying to replace the US dollar as the world reserve currency, but oh, they did something about that. You know, so it's a very difficult situation, I would say. Here's 6 6 solo leveling. You got it, 6. All right. It's 3D printer's fault. Let's send all our kids to sweatshops to work and lower the debt. Now you're talking my language, Alex. I was basically a sweatshop kid to help pay for my enormous family. I was a sweatshop kid. I started working at 13, homeschooled. I didn't learn anything. No, what I learned was how to sell the stuff in a garage. I didn't learn anything. I didn't learn anything until I ran away from home and went to college. Then I started learning things. All right. I was a sweatshop kid. Doing what you gotta do. We are. There's a patch of trash the size of Texas sitting in the Atlantic due to intersectioning currents. Really? That's funny. Ooh, that's gross, man. Wish we could launch the most toxic trash into space. I love that idea. I've been broke my whole life. I'll stay broke for a couple more years until things get booming. Well, and that's the thing, you know, speaking of waiting a few years for things to get booming, the real problem with this is Trump doesn't have the time to outlast China. I think that's the biggest problem for him. China's going, nah, we're going to protect our image, and in 4 years, you're out of there. And Xi Jinping will still be president, because we don't play by your rules. We got our own rules. Here's Wu Jinchul. So Xi Jinping doesn't want to injure China's global image. And he thinks he can actually defeat the Republicans as well. He thinks that hopefully the Democrat Party will be able to leverage, you know, the bad appearance of the crashing stock market, the higher cost of living. They'll be able to leverage that into a Democrat win and just return to doing normal business with China. And Trump will be out and China will continue to rise, and that'll be it. Here it is. Here's Choi Jong-in. Here it is. Lovely, 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 lovely. Come on, 6. We've got Red Eye Guy. Che Hey In. Oh. Mister, so when you run away, where did you go? Who took care of you? Did they look for you? Man, I do remember those early moments in the moment that I ran away. Yeah, I saw their car go by, and I was quite literally hiding, like, on the side of a hill. I saw their car go by. They did actually drive out, presumably to look for me. I don't really know what kind of trouble they could have gotten into if I had simply known to call the police or call, like, Child Protective Services. They must have had a moment where they thought, man, we could be in a lot of trouble here. But I was homeschooled. I didn't know about any of that kind of stuff. So I was completely oblivious to it. I didn't know what you could do. I didn't know when you do something like that, when you leave your home like that, you can actually ask the government for help. I didn't know that. I didn't know I could ask the government for help. Here we go. All right. Some kind of program or something. I yelled chicken jockey in a mall and everyone started freaking out. All right. There we are. That was all a long time ago, man. That was like 19 years ago almost. Wow. It's been 19 years. I've been on my own longer. Ooh. All right, Miss 6. Love it. Mm-hmm. But I think America learned a lot about the world with the whole tariffs and stuff like that. We learned that a lot of countries have tariffs on the United States. I don't think a lot of Americans understood that. For me, it gave me a new perspective too. It's something I had noted before when I go shopping at Walmart and Target. If you guys are big fans of me and you've watched a lot of this live streams, you've heard me complain about how when you go walking down the aisles of like Target or Walmart, you start to realize everything's just garbage, isn't it? It's just garbage. It's just like, it's all plastic. And it's so ironic now that we've had these tariffs because you start to recognize the relationship. What is the economy? The relationship with all these other countries. The economy is essentially just this. Walmart's full of plastic garbage. Even the clothing's made out of a type of plastic. We import plastic from all around the world, and the Walmart family gets really rich, and then they hire some people like a store manager, a general manager, and then the lower level worker. That's our whole economy. It's just, it really worries you. You think like Americans should be focused on buying commodities, securities, gold, maybe collectibles. I think collectibles are a little bit better. That's sort of like owning an intellectual property to some degree, I guess, or art. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Americans, they must spend so much money on just straight up plastic bowls, and then they drink from plastic cups, and they eat their food from plastic Ziploc bags, and all their food is packaged in plastic. Your meat's packaged in plastic. It's all plastic. We have a plastic economy. And it's kind of crazy. You'd think that humans would spend more time focusing on real stuff or something of value, but we don't. We just don't. We just want the cheapest thing possible, and that's plastic. So it's weird. It really makes me think a lot about every country wants to do mold plastic injections and then sell it to America. That's it. That's the world. That's the world economy. It's just based on this one idea. Here's Isidro. May I do 9 Fujimi Bunko Volume 1 and a Waifu Shuffle? You got it. Isidro, 1 Waifu Shuffle. The world economy is based on selling each other garbage for real dollars. It's like a bad trade deal for the consumer. You consume garbage and you give someone else real money. That's why they're rich and you are poor. It's really fascinating. The more it sinks into my mind, it almost makes me think the only thing you should be buying is like stocks, real estate, gold, right? Like real things, you know what I mean? Okay, you ready? Here goes. 2, 3. My slabs are plastic. I gotta stop eating those. It's cool for the U.S. to have tariffs on China, but why everyone else too? What did we do? All right, you ready? Here goes. Ooh. Well, I think it was more about why did you guys ever put a tariff on the United States? Why was that a thing? Because I knew about those tariffs before Trump got into office. I would complain about them because I would ship cards to places like France, and there's some gigantic tax they got to pay. It's like 27% or something. I saw a guy pay an enormous tax. Another big customer got a tax. It's really rough. You can't sell cards international because the taxes, they just slap them so hard. And we don't do that the other way around. You know how I know that? Because I buy huge amounts of cards from Australia, from the UK, from Canada, from Japan. When I pay a Japanese tariff, it's tiny. It's so small compared to the size of the purchase. But I didn't know that they were tariffing us to some gigantic degree. And I think a lot of Americans didn't know that either. So the real question is, why were you ever tariffing us? It seems unfair. 9 Fujimi Bunko Volume 1. That's been the learning moment from this all. And it's really fascinating to me since I'm like obsessed with these kind of topics. My mind loves these topics. Topics like trade and stuff like that. I mean, Pokemon cards, that's about trade, isn't it? All right, Fuji Volume 1. Let's get it. The majority of our imports from the U.S. are spacecraft and aircraft parts, which have no tariff. Here we are. That might have something to do with the fact that maybe some other product we'd like to sell you is not allowed to be sold to you, or it is tariffed. But I don't know where you are, where you're from, Mr. Flexi. All right, here we go. 9 of these. And a 9. So I guess the question kind of becomes, who really is America's allies? Who actually likes us because of who we are, because of our ideals, our philosophies? Who likes us for who we are? Who would marry us as another country? You know, two countries getting married. Or are you just sort of friends with us out of convenience? Are you friends with the U.S. because you kind of have to be? Do you secretly loathe us? Do you like us as long as you're making money from us? Like, what kind of friendship is it? So I think it's a very interesting thing. I think the tariffs gave us an opportunity to see who was doing a tariff, who was doing a trade regulations that blocked us from selling goods, who was having an insane trade deficit with us. And some things weren't so surprising, like Vietnam. What are they going to buy from us? Vietnam, they don't got any money. But it is curious to think the second wealthiest country in the world, China, they don't buy anything from us. They only want to sell. That's it. They don't want to buy anything from us. They just want to sell. And you realize you're getting abused. You're like, hey, that's kind of an abuse. There it is. That's an abusive relationship. No. We don't buy your stuff. We sell you stuff. That's all we do. And, yeah, it's kind of not great. So that's the trade war. But then you have other developed countries, too, like yeah, damn, I thought we were friends with Europe. What does Europe really think of the United States? Are we friends or are we competitors? It is. Ooh. Look at all these gray names. Yeah, damn, look at all these gray names, dude. Where are the TCC memberships? Vietnam is so pretty. Probably Saudi Arabia. I'm just mad I can't grade with PSA anymore. Well, you know, now that the tariffs are only 10%, I bet your cheeks that PSA is going to say, all right, send them on in. So I think PSA is going to open back up for sure, man. I wouldn't worry too much about it. In fact, you didn't have to wait very long for... Whoa! There you go. One of the sexiest cards in the set. That is why people open up Fujibunko Volume 1. It's almost too lewd. Like, I feel like I need to cover it up a little bit. All right. Holy... All right. That's why you open Fujibunko Volume 1, everybody. Here it is. All right. Who's the ginger in your avatar? That's me, corn boy. No zoom in? Well, I don't think I want to zoom in on that one. That one's just a little too naked, I think. Doesn't leave much to the imagination. All right, Mr. Sidro, a man of exquisite taste. Tariffs were imposed to regulate the inflation of the dollar. Too much hoarding the dollar bill. Here we are. Ooh. Very nice. All right. But, you know, I think the United States had to do something. It had to make a chess move because you do have this situation where I think that, you know, it's been a long time since World War II. And there should be like a test to our relationships. There should be like a reason to say, are we really friends? Prove it. Prove that we're friends. I want to know that we're friends. You know, I feel like that was actually due. It's been so long. We're a different group of people. We're not the same group of people that we were 100 years ago. Holy moly, dude. The ping pong ball might come out. Would anyone want to marry us? It sounds like it would be a toxic relationship. Oh, no. But see, that's what I'm saying. So if you're looking at the United States as a country and saying, I would hate to be married to you, maybe you're not really our ally. Maybe America's just a really powerful and wealthy country, and so you feel obligated to have some sort of relationship with it. But do you actually like us? I think that's a real question. I think after World War II, we did have strong allies. We had unquestionable allies because we have fought a war together. That was 100 years ago. We haven't done anything like that in a long time. So the question is, what binds us together? Are we ideologically the same? That's actually really questionable too. Like, what's our ideology? What's our shared purpose? And so, you know, I think it's time to maybe let the cat out of the bag and make it clear that it's more like we're all struggling financially. And it turns out in a financial struggle, we're more close to like friendly competitors. We're like friendly competitors. Here it is. Ghastly. Ooh. Here's Omastar. Here's Lunatone. And here's The Fall of the Airship. Ooh. What set was this again? Asking for a friend. That's Fujibunko Volume 1. Very popular girl card set. We also have Fujibunko Volume 2. Also popular. Next up, we have Mr. Wolf. 1 live custom and 1 waifu custom. He also wants $50 for that Hello Kitty slab onslaught away. Could you explain what that means, Mr. Wolf? The $50 for the Hello Kitty slab? All right, let's get that live custom and the waifu shuffle. We are hot, though. Oh, cold. We've got, we do have Florida. That's nice, right? Florida, California, San Diego. We got Hawaii. So we have literal hot places to live. We sound like a lot of people. You became the bully of the world. Yeah, so, and maybe that's a fair criticism, by the way. Maybe the USA has been doing too much bullying. We had the war in the Middle East, but that wasn't triggered by accident. You had the terrorist attacks on the 9/11 towers that killed like 5,000 Americans, or whatever the number was. So that wasn't an accident. Here we are. What's the bullying part that you don't like? 1, 2, 3. I do feel like America has that sort of feel to it. Boom, that's cold. U.S. took Israel's side. Oh, okay. Well, that's a very recent development. I see what you're saying. So you're more like on the Palestinian side of things. Hamas was the government of the Palestinians. And Hamas's code basically was that Israel's got to go. The Jewish people got to go out of there. And then they formed a terrorist attack and killed, what was it, like 3,000 Israelis? And before that point in time, Israel, for years, has had tons of bombs thrown at them. And they had the Iron Dome shooting it out of the sky for years. And I think they finally said, that's not happening anymore. They said, you finally got us. You finally killed a whole bunch of us. And so we're not going to be your neighbor anymore. So I think that's Israel's point of view on it. I think Israel's going to say, we're tired of being shot at. We're tired of seeing our Iron Dome go off. You just did an attack on a dance festival and a bunch of families. And I think Iran funded that. That's what we're arguing. So the Palestinians finally said, enough of that. But, it's not really surprising the United States took the side of the Jews on this subject, because we were the liberators of the Jews in World War II, right? Like Hitler he was killing a whole bunch of them, and they fled to the United States. So we have an enormous Jewish population over here. Almost half of all the world's Jews live in the United States, if you didn't know that. And the other half live in Israel. And so they live here. They're part of America's diverse group of people. And there's Israel just getting bombed all the time. And now, they got that slogan from the land of the sea, Israel will be free, or some crap like that. They want to get rid of the occupiers, right? The Jewish people. Which side are you going to take? Are you going to take the side of the Palestinians? I don't know, man. Like, what are you going to do? Are they suddenly going to stop bombing Israel, or is it like a religious war? Is it a religious war? What do you do about that? It's difficult. There's no easy solution if your opponent won't stop shooting bombs at you. Here's Chet Zeg Vong for the Lugia break and 2 classics. You got it. Here goes. Yeah, there's no easy solution. But the United States historically has taken the side of the Jewish people. And I think Donald Trump has done that as well. Which is why it's so ironic when he's called, the mustache man. Hey, he's the mustache man. Well, not 100%. Here we are. There's one way he seems to be extremely the opposite. All right, here it is. Ooh. Very good. U.S. took Israel's side. Is Trump's fault he has bad rhetoric that turns us off? And yet Donald Trump won with the majority vote. So what you're really saying is you just don't like the American people. That's what I'm saying, man. So the majority of Americans voted for him. He got voted in once before, of course, with Hillary Clinton being during that time period. But then he got voted in a second time. So, but, maybe there's a particular rhetoric you don't like. He's a nationalist, and he's saying, I'm going to place my country first. I'm not going to be a globalist. Maybe that just sounds bad, Maybe that sounds bad. But it's weird because he's very open about that. I don't think China's a globalist country, except in the regard that they want to sell everyone plastic. I'm pretty sure they put China first in China. I think Japan puts Japan first. So it's weird because the United States is having this problem where it's going into horrible amounts of debt. And the quality of life in America has significantly dropped. You could buy a home for $12,000 and a car for $1,000 and groceries for $20 in the past. Now, virtually no one can afford a home until they're like 40, 45 years old. So there's been a significant economic problem in America that's developed. And Trump's saying, I'll put us first. No more gigantic handouts for other countries. I'll do tariffs. I'll correct the difference in the manufacturing. I'll correct the difference in the trade wars. And Americans are voting for that. But, it's not totally illogical to want those things when your quality of living has fallen so much. All right, 2 Japanese classics. Let's go grab those. It's at least logical, I would say, but you could say he goes about it in the most divorceable kind of husband language kind of way. Double Squirtle! Oh my gosh. I pulled 2 random spots and you got double Squirtles. That's not a bad round at all. These are excellent pulls. The Squirtles are really good. All right, congratulations on that. Mr. Wolf says, Wade with the backup, appreciate it. Let's see. Slab away on the Hello Kitty slab. You're interested in my Hello Kitty slab. I would have to price it. I haven't priced it, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to go dig it up, too. It could be overwhelmingly expensive. Are you sure that you want it? All right, let's see. Let me write you down for the $50. Yeah, America has significant problems right now. I would say it's a very serious issue that young people cannot buy a home. I'm very pro young people being able to afford a home. And this is a problem that's going on across the world too. Europe is struggling. Canada is struggling. Canadians cannot buy a home right now. That's a really bad situation to be in. Next up, Sarah Dusenberry, 1 box OP9, 1 box OP11. I love it. We actually agree, but I think I'm seeing it through Europe's eyes, and that paints 2 different pictures with different feelings. Slab away for sure. I'll take it. All right, let me go find it, and we'll figure out a price for it. It might be a red label. I have to decide how I feel about it. So I'll go looking for it. First, I gotta find it. Let's see. All right, still haven't found it, but I'm sure it's here. It's in one of these boxes. I know it is. This is a cool box right here. I like this box. I know it's in one of these boxes. Yeah, listen to all this noise over here. Oh, found it. Don't mind me, just flipping through a couple $1,000s of slabs. Ta-da! So that's the Hello Kitty slab. Right, I didn't write down any data about it. I myself am not a Hello Kitty collector, but I'm very open-minded to selling Hello Kitty because I think it's a great product. Okay, here we are. Let's see. Hello Kitty, Metazoo, Peromo. Let's see how this card's doing over time, huh? Oh, there's not one for sale, is that right? I don't even see one for sale. All right, give me a second. They're all sold out. I'm the only one that's got one for sale right now. 100 slabs later. So I'm gonna slap a big price on this one because I think that this one is good to hold because it's this combination of Metazoo and Hello Kitty. And I know I paid a lot for this card anyways. All right, that's what I'm setting it at. It's at 1,000. Now, if that's too dear to you, then you can just be like, that's really pricey. I'm going to hang back on that. But that's a huge one. $1,000. None for sale. I've got one for sale. No one else does. All right, back to Sarah. 1 box OP9, 1 box OP11. Where's my OP9s at? I believe I have to stand up for a box of OP9. Are we still taking Greenland? Let's go grab this. Okay. All right. Greenland is a piece of North America. I think that Donald Trump's ideas make sense. I just think that he's very disagreeable personality type, so people don't like them. It would make sense for the United States, not Denmark, which is essentially a small country in Europe, a tiny country. It makes a lot more sense for the United States to have control of that chunk of land, because we'll put a bunch of military ships on it and make sure that Russia and China aren't doing surveillance on everyone, setting up nuclear bombs in the north. All right, you ready? All right. All right. The north of the hemisphere is very important for war because it allows you to shoot a bomb down in any direction. I was learning about that. If you put missiles at the very top of the globe, you can shoot them in any direction and hit any country. So there's a fight for control of the north. All right. Denmark should not be in charge of the world's security in the north of the world. What they want to do, they want to say, that's our little island. Greenland's ours. We're not near it. We're all the way over here in Europe. You're actually connected to it, but you can't have it. It's ours. We're not going to defend it. You just have to let us keep it because we said so. So I don't think that Denmark has a right to that chunk of land any more than we do. And I think America would treat the land better anyways. And it's actually part of our continent. Ooh, lovely. But more importantly, I think America is the only true counter to Chinese control. I mean, who wants the world to be ran by the communist regime of China? I just don't think that that's a great idea. They're an authoritarian communist regime. But Trump's not very nice at asking for the chunk of land. And Denmark, of course, doesn't want to give up a chunk of land because that's valuable. No, we want to keep it. We're tiny. It is. All right. It doesn't make any sense. Ooh, very nice. Maybe if all of the EU owned Greenland, like the whole federation or whatever you call the EU, the whole group, that would make a little more sense. All right. Very good. Orange Napoleon, LMAO. Yeah, I think he is a little bit of an Orange Napoleon. I think he is. I think he has to be very careful. I think if he gets some wins in, if Donald Trump gets some serious wins under his term, he should then back down and just play it cool from the rest of his term. He should just back off, because that's what every egotistical maniac does. When they get a win or two, they're like, let's keep going. And they keep rolling the dice, and then eventually they lose. So I think he should aim for one risky move, try to get the win, and if he wins, just coast right afterwards. Just be like, I'm done. Who's next? Somebody else take over. All right. Yeah, they always try to do too much. They want to rule the world. Oh, yeah. So I like your alt art. Here's the moon hat guy. We should treat Greenland like Antarctica. No one country should be able to own it, says Wade. Unfortunately, it just doesn't end up that way. What'll actually happen, either Russia and China will own it, or we will own it. Denmark's not going to control that island. Denmark doesn't have the military or economic influence to control Greenland. What's going to happen is China's going to try and control the water around Greenland. They're going to run tests. They're going to set up bombs up there. They're going to use it for shipping to avoid the Panama Canal. And we either confront them up there in a military way or we don't. But we should. And Denmark can't do it. So Denmark's like, we want to own the land. We just can't defend it at all. We don't have the people. We don't have the money. It's not right. It's not right. It's not how it should work. That doesn't make any sense. What Denmark should do is they should take a really fat paycheck. That's what they should do. They should take a fat paycheck on it and allow Greenland to become a U.S. territory for military purposes. And the EU and America should be allies, and we should not allow, communist China to become the number one superpower in the world. There's people who hate America so much they want that. But it's like, I feel like they're a little naive. I was reading about how China price manipulates the yuan to keep its people poor so that they'll keep working in the factories. And I'm like, damn, dude, that sucks ass. How can anyone want that? It's like, that makes a lot of sense, actually. When you're a government with no, like, nothing to stop you from doing what you want to do, you might do something like that. All right, that's box number 1, Miss Sarah. You want that country running the world? It doesn't make sense. The EU and the United States should be allies, and it should be us. OP11. Let's see, OP11. Here it is. But Denmark, they've had Greenland for a long time. They, instead of donating it for free, they should allow us to buy it, and they should take a huge paycheck. They can give that people to their money. I'm sorry, they can give that money to their people. They can give it to the people of Greenland. And the United States can then set up military bases in the north and win the fight over the northern hemisphere, because there will be a fight up there for control of the northern hemisphere. It's already happening. We are. All right. Denmark wants us to do it for them for free, basically. It just doesn't make any sense. Look at Åland Island. They managed to have their own government, and they are way smaller. What a time. Orange Napoleon and Russian Nixon. I know it'll never end up like that, but a man can dream. We should treat Greenland like Antarctica. Sweden does own Åland through Frederick, similar to Greenland and Denmark. Here we are. All right. Very nice. Yeah, I think Greenland makes much more sense if it was ran by the U.S. Makes way more sense. We actually have the military to confront China and Russia. Denmark doesn't. Canada doesn't. USA does. So they want us to just do that. Or maybe they just want Russia and China to be the world superpower. I don't know. Makes you think about it a lot. All right, here goes. Miss Sarah, let's get you a mango. Mango time. Yeah, if Canada's not going to fight off China and Russia in the northern waters, and if Denmark's not going to do it, it just doesn't make any sense, does it? Ooh. Here's a hollow. We're going to pull a nice alt art here. Oh. Sweden used to own them, though, so understandable. It's owned by Finland, if anything. Placing this here. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. And here's a hollow. Oops. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's a blonde-haired guy, Sanji. Is that right, Sanji? He's got a fork and a spoon. He's got a fork and a knife. Wow, that's really cool, man. Sarah, you're doing very well tonight, huh? All right, let's grab your card holder here. I don't know what this card is worth, but that is very shiny. They even had their own currency before the euro. It's Sanji SP. Yay! Very nice, very nice. Sarah going deep. I'm pulling Sanji. Wow, we like Sarah. We get to see a lot of cards get open because of you, so that's very cool. The next round of One Piece should be coming out eventually, huh? One Piece 12. Oh, look at that. Good morning, awesome people, says Crazy. What's up, Crazy? All right, here's this. Lovely. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. An SR. There we go. All right. And we'll toss this right over here. Tossing that away. 7 baby. Fresh baggy. Sarah going deep. There he is. Oh, lover boy. And there's your alt art from the previous round. All right, all right. We're having fun conversations here a little bit about geopolitics? What would you say it's about? Oh, my eyes itchy. We're talking about Greenland. We're talking about China versus the United States. I think we're talking a little bit about Trump as a leader, and also whether or not the EU and the United States are really still allies. This. All right, very nice. So Wade, not Wade, Wolf. Did Wolf say he still wanted that? Really expensive. You were talking about you wanting to set up the U.S. with someone. The U.S. is lonely. We're lonely. We're ready to settle down. All right, here we are. I'll tell you somebody who definitely is friends with the United States. Man, Israel, man. All right, let's see. Mr. Isidro's next. He says, Waifu Shuffle, 1 Fuji Volume 1. Are slabs shipped with bag for the $9? Yes, sir, that's how it works. They are shipped together. All right. And the Waifu Shuffle. Okay. The U.S. should hook up with Russia. I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen. I think it would have been interesting. Firestar. I think the reason Trump talks about how much he likes Russia is because he looks out at the world and he says, maybe he's already reached this conclusion that the U.S. isn't very good allies with the EU. Maybe that was his perspective on the world already. And so maybe he was floating around this love language with Russia because he's like, we need new allies. Here's Firestar. All right. But I don't think they're going to be besties. I don't think it's going to happen. We'll have to see. You just don't know because at a really high level, these politicians, I don't think they always reveal their feelings on everything. They keep their cards close. All right, you picked up Firestar. China should team up with Mexico and Canada. I think if that happens, the U.S. invades. So that would be a fast way to get invaded. Which is the exact argument that people were having about Russia invading Ukraine. You had the communist EU was kind of pushing Ukraine to join them, saying, "Hey, you should join us. You should join NATO. You're our bitch." That kind of thing. And Russia didn't like that. Russia's like, "No way. I want Ukraine. You can't have it." All right, Mr. Isidro. Nothing too crazy? Do we have a new battle card picked out? Yeah, we have 2 battle cards right here. Wobbuffet and Weedle. Not a lot of battle cards to choose from, because we could do this if you want. That would be a $20 battle. Technically, you can just pick a card you see on the table and buy half of it to begin a battle. All right. Very nice. So, now we're going to be opening for Eric Tang, 8 Mickey D Dragon. Oh, the Dragon Discovery, yes. Great set. Here it is. Eric Tang, you got it. Oh. Send that over there. 2. He said 8 of these. All right, 8 you will get. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7, 8. Donald Trump, the Orange Napoleon. I like that. That's why I was saying, like a week ago, I was saying he's going to end up being Napoleon if he's not careful. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Let's start sneeping. Ready? Okay, we got the snips here. Let's get the snips here. And some snips over here too. Good. You are the U.S. and you get to blank, make a huge deal once, marry, permanent teamwork, kill, destroy. What do you do? Russia, China, and Israel. Oh, are you telling me to choose who is who? I like, honestly, I don't dislike any of those countries at all. I don't have a reason to dislike them. It's more like ideas that I like or dislike. Here's Dragonite. So when I heard that China is doing a currency manipulation to steal money from its people, I thought that was pretty oppressive. I wouldn't love that if I was living over there. I'd hate that, actually. Here we are. I yearn to be free. I yearn to when I was a kid, I yearned for the mines. Here we are, Charizard. It is. Russia's too cold. But yeah, Russia's an interesting one. They're a really large landmass. I don't know, why does it always seem like Russia's struggling? Do you guys ever notice that? Do you think we isolated Russia, like the EU, America? They're like this James Bond villain caricature, right? But that's not truly who they are. I feel like we sort of painted a identity for them in our popular media because of the Cold War. And Trump's been trying to change that. He's been saying like, oh, well, they fought with us during World War II. They were part of our victory. We can't treat them like this. They're a world power. They got nuclear bombs. Here's Grandpa. Ooh. All right. I don't know how to feel about Russia. It would be really interesting to see Russia if they had a different leader. Putin's been in charge over there for a really, really long time. And that guy's just really interested in expanding to the old satellite states like Ukraine. Here we are. Myrmidon. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about Russia right now. And Dragonite. Ooh, Dragonite Charizard. I yearn for the mines. That's the game of blank, marry, kill. Then there's Israel. I don't know much about Israel. There's the Jewish people, and I think they have a lot of our values. I think they're a democracy. I think they have a lot of Western values in Israel. What I do know is that being allies with Israel gives us sort of like influence in the Middle East, which is an important place right now. It is, but from what I understand, we subsidize them a lot. And I'm not huge on war socialism. Ooh. Myrmidon, Koraidon, Drampa, Hydreigon. Lovely. All right, that's Mr. Eric. Yeah, I don't know much about them. So I don't have as much commentary. Other than I know they've been bombed for like, as far back as I can remember. They've been being bombed for this whole time. It was like every 2 or 3 years you'd hear about a new round of bombs being shot into Israel. You'd be like, dang, those guys are getting bombed. You'd be like, if that happened over here, we'd flatten the country like a pancake. If we were getting bombed like that by Canada, we'd have flattened Canada, or Mexico, we'd have flattened them. But Israel just lives next to Palestine and just lets them do it. Oh, don't worry, we got the Iron Dome. You know, could you imagine if every 2 or 3 years, Mexico would fire off a barrage of missiles to try and kill us? And we're just like, it's cool. It's cool. We got this Iron Dome thing. It's cool. Your bombs aren't that good anyways. No, that would never happen. We would go in when 100% we'd flatten that whole country because we just wouldn't tolerate it. But Israel tolerated that for a very long time. It must have been like 20 years or something. How long have they tolerated having bombs shot at them? It's a ridiculous time period. And they finally killed a bunch of Jewish people in an air raid or whatever it was. And so now they're going nuts and doing exactly what we would have done. There it is. All right. And that's all I know. I don't know much more than that. Nicholas Gertis, 2 live customs. All right, 2 live customs. Nicholas Gertis. Ready? Win and a 2. Oh, there you go. I yearn for the mines. Chicken jockey. You've got the Pidgeot and a -10 card. Okay. Ooh, that is a lovely XY era card. Those kind of cards are on fire right now. People are paying a lot of money for these. That was a terrorist group, not Palestine as a whole. Hamas is Palestine's government. That is Palestine's government. That is the Palestinians. And when you do interviews on the street, they all say the same thing. It's pretty much them. There's probably people who don't agree with it. That's their government that they chose. It is Pidgeot. All right. Kind of like Iran right now, who's saying, oh, we need to, America's Satan. It's like, woo, careful if you keep saying that, We want to bomb. We're the biggest funder of terrorism in the world, and America is Satan. Man, that sounds like we're going to go into a war. All right. It's another one of those things where it's like our politicians don't have the balls to do it. They don't want to be responsible for it, George W. Bush had this absolutely catastrophic war in Afghanistan and Iraq. So I'm sure our politicians, including Trump, they don't want to do it. But how can you have a country that's building a nuclear bomb, funds terrorism, and says, America's Satan? You just can't have that. What are you going to, all right, you can have it. But we allowed North Korea to have it. They didn't end up doing anything with it. North Korea is a little different, though. They're more like secular. North Korea, they're secularists. All right, there we go. They worship the dear leader. 4 of the 2025 MetaZoos. You got it. All right, let's see. We must have... here it is. I was going to say, that is an empty box. So a new box. Time for a new box. Here goes. You clearly don't understand the whole conflict. What I know is that the conflict has people split pretty 50-50. So, I don't usually provide a lot of opinion on it because I'm going to piss off at least 50% of the people. All I know is if the same thing happened to America, we would have done exactly the same thing as Israel. We'd have just gone in and flattened the whole place like a pancake. We'd have done the same thing. And that's kind of what we did do after the 9/11 attacks. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's probably some younger people in here who didn't witness that because it's gotten so old now. The 9/11 attacks were so long ago. I was old enough. I watched it. I remember the sick feeling in my stomach when it happened. And then we began our war. We didn't even target, I think, the right guy. We were just doing stuff in the Middle East, I guess. A lot of criticism for George W. Bush. We did eventually get Osama bin Laden, though. Americans really cheered for that. There we go. All right. Very nice. Tossing this away. All right. Oops. I'm kind of a very naturalist kind of person, very biological. I don't need complex political ideologies to tell me how to feel one way or another about a war. Kind of like the war between Russia and Ukraine. It's very hard to convince me of being one way or another. All I know is that one country is going to end up being stronger than the other, and that's the end of it. So I feel the same way in the Middle East. You could be like, oh, well, the Jews have a claim to the land because it was theirs a long time ago. Or you could say like, after World War II, the cruel and mean America and UK colonized the Palestinians out of their land and they've been oppressed this whole time. You could tell me all this stuff back and forth. All I know is that one's going to be more powerful than the other, and that's going to be the end of it. So that's the way I see it. I always see it that way. I think it's the same like this trade war between China and America. You can think of it as good guys and bad guys. You can even say what you prefer. But in the end, it's just who's stronger. That's all it is. And you hope it's you. Here's Rainbow Crow. And And you have to make those things happen, you know, with your effort. Kissy Bug. Oh, my God. Bulk Up, Ho-Oh, and Phoenix. Other Ho-Oh. Ooh. All right, there we have it. That's 4 packs of the new 2025 MetaZoo. Was the $100,000 stack fake money? I said, nah. It was fake money. Yeah, that's fake money. You can see it clearly in the image. It's a prop. I told you guys it was fake money. I told you guys in the stream that I bought fake money to use as a prop to demonstrate how much some Pokemon cards are worth. Because, you know, when you can see the stacks of $100 bills next to the cards, it makes more sense. You're like, oh, that's a lot of money. I call conspiracy. Not my war, says John Wolf. That was also weird. They killed him and threw the body in the ocean. What's up with that? Who do you think that was there before Israel, and how do you think they'd act? You know, it's the same story over and over again. It's like, well, the Native Americans were here before in America, or there was the group that was in Australia before the Australians, or the group that was before the Filipinos and the Philippine Islands. You know, there's just this never-ending conflict over land. And you have these two groups, the Palestinians and the Israelis, the Jewish people, and they want control of the Holy Land because there's a guy in the sky and it's their guy and he says it's your land and don't let anyone else have it. So there's going to be this endless conflict, this endless war. I do have the perspective that I don't want to pay for war socialism. I do have that perspective. I don't like war socialism. I like it when countries win on their own talent and their own perseverance and their own will. And that's what makes me look at them and go, you're really legitimate. If you have to win the war because everyone else kind of did the war for you, it's not as good looking. But, you know, I get it. Like, for example, right now, Ukraine's still fighting. And apparently, they're fighting North Korea and Russia at the same time. It's ridiculous. And then they've caught Chinese nationals, too. That's not a fair war. So, you know, if Ukraine is going to get help, that almost seems a little fair. But, you know, it's just this thing, like, it's this never-ending grind, isn't it? There is Nicholas Gertis. I try to be logical in my thoughts. You can't expect Ukraine to fight a war against two countries. That's not fair. All right. TCG likes politics. I do talk a lot. Why should life be lost over a disagreement over a passing contest? Well, you know, that's the hardest part in the Middle East is I think it goes back to the worst kind of disagreement. It's not like a simple disagreement over material wealth. It's a disagreement over their, you know, two different gods giving them two different directions, right? So that's a pretty big one. That's a pretty big one. They're never going to not fight. That's the way I see it. They're always going to fight. Always. Hathim, 4 Nikkeis. You got it. The solution is for them to become secularists. The solution is for them to go, all these religions were definitely made up. Somebody's religion's made up, right? They can't all be right. So what we can conclude about humans is that humans are this sort of animal that just sort of make up religions because they can't all be right. Even if one was correct, the other two would be false, right? So at least 2 of them are completely made up. So you got to make that conclusion. Humans are religion-making animals. And so we're just fighting over someone's made-up religion. It's really sad. It's not a great... You know, you got people dying from diseases all the time, disease. That's a real battle. Medicine's a real battle with nature. We should be doing that battle. That makes way more sense. That's a good fight. That's a fight where the Muslims and the Jews should come together as scientists and solve the problem. But instead, they're busy going, that's where my God told me to take that land. And so they're just endlessly fighting, and it's like, it's never going to stop. It is. But a lot of people say if the Palestinians would stop shooting Israel, Israel would be peaceful. There might be some truth to that. It is. Ooh. Whoa. But, you know, other people come out and say the Palestinians had no choice, that they were, like, trapped, or, you know, they were living in an open-air prison or something like that. So I hear those arguments. I don't know to the degree that that's true. It is. All right. Very nice. But those are arguments I've heard. Wow. I think religion is a joke. Mister, I also paid for shipping for my bag in 3 slabs. Oh, I might have missed that part. I'm sorry. Hold on. So Mr. Hathim picking up some very large breasts. Hathim. Imagine how productive the world could be if we were not doing religious war. Think about that for a second. That'll make a tear roll down your eye because, man, this is the worst kind of money to waste. My God says, you got to go. All right. This thing you can't prove. All right, let's see. Nicholas Gerdes, shipping time. You got it. Bag and 3 slabs. Okay. I can get it reslabbed. Fighting over religion or whatever is just so stupid. It's horrible. It's horrible. We live in the future. We have so much technology, and it holds us back. It really does. We should be solving medical problems for the world. That is the ultimate noble use of our time and resources as a society, to solve health problems, to solve problems like poverty, health crisis, sustainability. Those are the things that are really worth our time. And we just don't do that. We just fight over, like, monkey stuff. Say, hey, that's my tree. Ruff, ruff, ruff. My God said. Here we are. Okay. Do we even know where the F religion came from? Well, we kind of do, because we know that they had like a beginning point. You know what I mean? We are. Right? Like there was a year that Judaism began. There was a year that Islam began. There was a year that Christianity began. So they had starting points, which is, that alone makes them look very iffy, doesn't it? Like one day this thing didn't exist and then it just did. And now we have the truth. Here's a thim for Nikke's. Wait, we already did that one. Here's Mia Uden. Mia, 5 pokey shuffles. You got it. I don't want to turn this stream into like a religion bashing contest. But again, the religious wars, they get on my nerves. They do. They really do. It's got to stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it goes. All right. Poker Piplup 10. Ooh, Poker Piplup 10. That's a C. Christianity was illegal at first, too. Mr. I asked a question on why did you hide beneath the price? I'm not sure I understood. Let me see. How old is this account? I'm not sure I understand your question, bro. Maybe you can explain a little more. A C-rack? A crack on the slab? I have no clue what you're talking about. What slab are you talking about? Is this one that just arrived in the mail to you? Could it have just cracked during shipping? I don't hide cracks. Here's the Pokey Shuffle for Poker Piplup. All right. Let's see. That's going to be over here. I don't like your language there. What you're saying essentially is that I intentionally hid something from you. You're way overestimating me. You are. I got like 1 million slabs. I just sell them all day. I don't really even look at them that much. All right. Like comedian Ricky Gervais said, if you burn all the religious books and all the science books, the religion books will come back different and science always the same. All right, here you are, Miss Mia. All right. Damn, he borrowed you. Send Mr. a picture. Here we are. Yeah, I have no interest in tricking anyone. I just make money doing things like normal. No tricks necessary. Ooh. All right. Sir, I'm trying to be respectful. Well, I mean, you asked me why I hid a crack beneath the price. What are you talking? The price is always in the same spot. I've done business with you a lot. Mr. Broad, it sounds like you need to contact me on Discord or email and send me some pictures or something, man. I don't even know who you are. Hands on the table, mister. I would be happy to continue to do business. I mean, what you should have done is you should have just reached out and said, hey, there's a crack on this slab. Can I return it? Or could you maybe compensate me to have it sent in to be repaired or something like that? He don't believe you. Quick. He's delusional. That's it. I'm pissed. No problem, mister. Bro, who are you? Like, which customer are you? All right. Broad trolling you. I'm trying to figure out if he's real. Just calm down. Mister will be more than helpful to help you. Yeah, I don't mind helping. I don't know if he's real. Here's Mr. Wolf sent you. Let's put 100 on the slab away for that Hello Kitty. Oh, okay. So he's in all the way on the Hello Kitty slab. Let's grab it. Where did I place it? Did I place it to the side for you, possibly? Here it is. No problem. This is my second slab I've ordered. Brad, are you real? Could you send me like a penny message or something so that I know who you are? You don't have to tell me in chat, but like send me a penny message so I know you're real. All right, so we're going to put you down for this, Mr. Wolf. Now, as you know, it's a $20 slab away fee. So you'll get $80 off the slab. All right. I'll buy a pack right now. All right. Yeah, I got to know who you are and what the slab is. And I need to see like a picture of it. Are you saying it arrived and it had a crack on it? I'm real. He could be real, guys. He just might not be very good at talking about what he needs help on. Yeah, I need to know what the slab is, and then I need like a picture of it so we can determine what to do next. All right, Mr. Wolf, let's jump over here. It's pretty rare, but occasionally a slab can get, you know, like cracked during shipping, but that's pretty rare. But it's not like it never happens either. Let's jump over here. And this is going to say April 25 Wolf. PSA 10 Hello Kitty. $1,000. 920 remains. There we go. Yeah, I'll see what I can get done for you. Let's go post this over there and toss this over here so I don't use it twice. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Wolf also wants 4 Topps Chrome Metazoo. I'm saying when I got the slab, there was a crack below the price. I'll send you a picture. It probably cracked during shipping. That's my bet. But yeah, send me a picture so I can actually see what's going on. You are? Let's see. Yeah, I'm not trying to hide any cracks. That's way beyond my interest. All right. He blamed you though and said you hit it. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. Ready? Snipping this. And snipping this. Very nice. All right, Mr. Wolf. I sent it and show and tell. Okay, give me a second. I'll go look. Oops. Show and tell. Oh, it's a very thin thing. I don't think I would have even seen it. You can just send it back if you'd like. I'll just buy it back from you if you'd prefer. Yeah, that kind of thing wouldn't have bothered me anyway. So if that was on my card, I wouldn't have noticed it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You're a good guy. Yeah, just if you can mail it back, I'll buy it back from you if you prefer that. It is. I'll resell that because to me that's not really it's not really a crack in my eyes. Let me look at it again. Yeah, that wouldn't bother me if it was on my slab. I wouldn't have even noticed that. Okay. You won't believe how they throw packages around during shipping. To Mr. It's negligible. Yeah, that's not really... I see slabs like that all the time. Slabs like that come and go all the time. That's just part of collecting slabs. Here we are. All right. My brain wouldn't have registered that as a crack. Ooh. Aggro Pelter. I don't know why everyone here is being rude. It was just the way you started the conversation. You accused me of hiding a crack. It's it's kind of rough language. Well, I don't mind helping you, man. You just send it back. We'll get it bought back from you. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we'll get it bought back. Yeah, it was the language. All right. Here's Huggin' Molly. Hodag. Yeah, contact me on Discord. Let me know you're sending it back. We'll get it fixed. When it arrives, just have a little message with the slab that I'm buying it back from you, okay? I spend money with you and love doing business with you. Well, I really appreciate that. It was just the way you said that. You accused me of hiding a crack. I wasn't trying to hide a crack. That was all. All right. Here's Spookster. Yeah, I don't mind, man. You just send it back. We'll get it bought back from you. I don't mind. Yeah, that's all you had to do. You know, when something like that happens, we just fix it. That's why I've been in business for so long. We just fix it. Here's Mothman. Ooh, look at that. Pitch facts. You crack hider. I used to work at USPS for 3 years. I'm currently an Amazon dispatcher. I'm telling you, packages get thrown around like a football in the last minute of the quarter. Yeah, sure. Well, I worked for UPS as well. I worked for UPS, and I saw the same thing. I never forgot this. There was this dude, he's got these big steel toe boots, and he's kind of this devil-may-care kind of personality type, right? And I'm a big nerd. But, you know, we're in a truck together throwing boxes, and he walks up to a box and just stomps it on purpose and laughs about it and puts it up on the line because he thought that was funny. I was like, oh, my God, dude. All right, here we are. Low-key, this chat is unhinged, but it's funny. It is. A little bit of drama here and there. Here's Fresno Nightcrawlers and Tripodero. Wow. This might be why MetaZoo went out of business right here. What am I looking at? All right. This one time, Mr. accidentally sent me his bathwater. All right. And here is the Hodag. Very nice. Very nice. Here, I'll send him I'm going to send him a little message on, give me a second. Oh, wait, did he pull the messages back down? I think he pulled the messages back down. I was going to send him a message. I was going to tell him on Discord to just send the card back. We'll buy it back for you, okay? I think he's still watching. We'll buy the card back from you. You send it back. We'll fix it for you. So here's Mr. Wolf. Let me go ahead and put this in your bag, Mr. Wolf. All right. With a W. But it's going to say John Wolf. Ooh, we better be careful with that. Should the back of your slab say John Wolf, maybe? Maybe the back of the slab should say John Wolf. Oh, I see. You took it back down. It was a big deal, but yeah, he's not satisfied with the card. He found a little crack on the slab, but you know, a lot of slabs have that. That's quite common. That's really common. Even back fresh from PSA, that kind of stuff is not that uncommon. Might be able to find one if I just check like this pile right here. Let's see if I can find just one. Well, okay, not on this one handful. But yeah, you find that kind of stuff quite commonly with the PSA slabs. It's because it's just a cheap plastic. That's all it is. All right. So I am going to, yeah, made in China slabs. We were just talking about that. Mold injection. Everything's plastic. We love plastic. We trade valuable things called money for plastic. And it's not exactly a fantastic trade for us in the long run. It's really great for the person who sells it. They get really wealthy. All right, let's see. Start a plastics business. So I'm going to move you up here to the J's. You're going to be John Wolf in the J's, okay? Let's see. Over here. There it is. Let's see. I'm new to PSA. The last slab I bought was Tag. Yeah, so I move a ton of PSA slabs, and occasionally you run into slabs with cracks just like that. What's most important to note is that it's a very thin, small crack on a corner of the slab. That's pretty common, mostly because, you know, the slabs just do that. But if there was a crack over the card, that's a problem. So if a crack forms over the card itself, now you have to reslab it. But if it's not, like let's say there's like some sort of crack over here on this edge or down here on this edge, and it doesn't cover the card itself, you're good. You're good. The card hasn't lost any value from that. It'll sell fine. And it's when the crack forms over the card itself, that's a big problem. You can't have that. All right, is that common? It is common, yes. In fact, we had our Mewtwo come back from PSA, and that was all busted up. That had a big crack right down the middle. I still got to ask them to repair that. Look at that. So this one just came back from PSA. Where'd I put it? Let's see. I don't. That's side up. I don't know, I might have moved it over to my table to get it worked on already. Did it? Oh no, here it is. Look, here's a card back from PSA. So now if you got a card like this with the crack going down on the surface of the card, that has to be repaired. But plenty of cards will have a little bit of damage, and typically it happens because of shipping or something like that. I think that the slabs themselves sometimes just have flaws in them and they just use them anyways. All right. You won't see me sell that Mewtwo. That Mewtwo will get repaired. All right, let's see. Now we're moved on to Jack Rapini. 2 spots in the Lugia. That might be the end of the Lugia right there. Oh, no, there's just a little bit more. Say no to crack. Fentanyl is fine. Oh, my God. Jack Rapini. I'll repair it for you, mister. You'll repair it? Let me add fixing that Mewtwo to my little little list over here. I've never had any issues with you, and I appreciate the customer service. Well, I tell you what, if you're just going to keep the card and not return it, I'll give you $20 of store credit, okay? So to get that $20 of store credit, just contact me on Discord so I know who to write it down for, all right? Yeah, I appreciate your business. I'm sorry that that happened, okay? Yeah, we'll get you $20 off that slab so you can have it cheaper. Okay, all right, let's get Jack Rapini in here. But if you want to return it, that's fine too. So if you want to mail it back, I'll buy the whole thing back from you. 23, that's going to be 24 and 25. Whatever is easier for you. $20. Mister, do you have any drilled slabs on hand? Yeah, a couple slabs. All right. Let's see. Now we have an order from... Lugia is so close. Click. Them 4 more Nikkei. Here you are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. I just need that 20, says Corn Rules. Oops. Ready? Snipping this. Tossing this. I've seen a lot of cracks on the PSA slabs. You know what slab holder I never see cracks on? BGS and CGC, man. Those cards never have cracks. PSA plastic must just be like softer or something, like just easier to crack, easier to damage. More brittle, maybe? Thinner? I can use it for my crack addiction. All right, there it is. Mr. Thim pulling this beautiful bathing suit girl. All right. Very good. I'm super new to grading. Oh, I see. Sure. No, what you have on your card, I wouldn't have even thought about because it's pretty irrelevant. If you're real nitpicky about it, you can send it into PSA for like $40 and they'll put it in a new holder. So you can always put it in a new holder. But I wouldn't waste the money on that. I wouldn't do that because it's not over the card. Again, if the crack was over the card, now you got an issue. But if it's just like on the corner or something like that, that happens all the time. Let's see if I can just find one for you. It'd be really funny if I could just find one right here. No. All right, not in that handful either. I appreciate the $20 of store credit. I'll use that for shipping for the next order with you. Nice. All right, sounds good. Okay, so now we've got Mr. Eddie Mendoza. 2 Lugia spots or slab away payment if the spots are filled. Ooh, you're going to take those spots, Mr. Eddie. Good luck in there. I'm going to give you a nickname. You're going to be ERM. All right. Best metal in the world. China #1. Boy, it would make a lot of sense if the cards were encapsulated in metal, wouldn't it? Rather than plastic, because plastic is so cheap. Metal would make a lot of sense. Could you imagine all your slabs are metal? All right. So, we're grabbing this, and this is over, guys. That is the end of the Lugia break. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Wait a second. We might have miscounted. Okay, Mr. Mendoza, you might keep your money. So I'll set those over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. We were already at 27. I must not have written it down at some point. Mr. Eddie Mendoza, that means you have an $80 store credit. My bad, dude. What you can do is you can wait for the next break to come out. Didn't we already have one chosen? I can't remember. Okay. Maybe you should start at Mr. Unbreakable Slabs. Your shipping cost is 1 bazillion. He said put on slab away. You're right. All right. Okay, we'll go do that. You've got a PSA 10 Rayquaza that goes down to 1180. That's a big one, huh? All right, very exciting, guys. We get to find out the outcome of this Lugia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Why do these packs stick so much? I don't understand. Okay. Nick the Whistleblower. Who? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. All right, we've double-checked that. Very nice. Double-checked it. Okay. And let's grab a couple of these for fun. Put in some poker cards. All right, cool. I was planning on doing a slab away for an expensive slab. Oh, yes, I tend to have a lot of those. Here we are. So if you see one you like, go for it. All right, here goes, guys. Time to shuffle. The Lugia break is a huge one. We were definitely talking about doing a break on a slab. I can't remember what it was. It was a cool slab. Use MetaZoo packs is easier to handle. Oh yeah, those first edition packs are kind of like weirdly wide, aren't they? I hate Nidoking, says Joseph Albrecht. You don't like Nidoking, that Aquapolis one? You want me to set it up as the drill card? That would get some attention, a $6,000 drill card. All right, give me a number to split the deck. Hatem says 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. Now, we got this huge stack of cards here. That wasn't so bad. Just a real slow shuffle. When I go back and forth like this, this is like a perfect shuffling into itself. All right. How do you, when Mr. was created? All right. Choose a number to split the deck. Hey, Mister. 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Set that to the side. Okay, start with Kevin Vu. No luck this time, Kevin. Chensek Vong. Mr. Eddie Mendoza. Oh, you're going to pick up a poker card. Ratatouille. Mamma mia. I can't remember. We didn't ship your bag recently, did we? Or did we create a box for you? Here's Eric Rodriguez, Eric Bruff, Evan Shea, Eric Tang, Elisha, Eric J. Lopez. I'm sorry. See, this is the downside to having to sort through these bags in the middle of the actual... I can't find his bag. He might need a new bag. All right, let's get a new bag for him. And that is why we do not sort everyone's card into the bag in the middle of the break. New bag. Ah, gotcha. That's how it felt. Could you imagine if I did that for every single card? It would take so long. All right. Good. And now, let's keep going. Whew. Oh, right, because you got the mouse. Okay, so Jack Rapini is next. Make sure I do this right. Jack. Mr. Eddie Mendoza. Travis Nova. Mr. Eddie. No luck, Eddie. Ooh. Mr. Eddie. Ah, no luck, man. Colton Pinder. Blake Santoro was in here. He gets a Lilo and Stitch Ace of Clubs. Mr. Blake. Here's Blake Santoro. How many dang trash cans are you at? We have 3 trash cans, dumpsters. We have 3 dumpsters to handle all the trash we generate. And then we have a lady who picks up our trash and takes it to the recycling center too. Matthew Hill. So she gets paid to do that. Mr. Jonathan Morris. Oh, it's getting further down the pile. Jacob Doggenbaugh. Oh my gosh, it's Mr. Jacob. All right, Jacob picking up the chase card. Before you celebrate, Jacob, we got to finish out all these packs. They got to add up. Here's Elizabeth. Okay. Mr. Jacob might be having a very good night. Here's Elizabeth. She's picking up... Whoa, that's actually a really solid poker card. That's the King of Hearts Mickey Mouse. That's not bad. All right. One man's trash is another man's treasure. What? Bill Barron. Okay, Bill. Efren Arriaga. No luck. Blake Santoro. There is the star card popping out for Blake. Pretty lucky day for you, Blake. Here's Mike Side. Oh, you were really close to that, Mike Side. Andrew A. Martin. Is today the 10th? Here's 6. 6 picking up. It's Snow White. You are. Is he watching my chance? Who, Mike's side? No, he'd be asleep. All right. Here's NHCC. Bill Barron, Jesus Aguilera, and Chensek Vong. There it is. That's the end. Woo! That was one gigantic break. Holy moly. And it did add up. Congratulations to Jacob Doggenbaugh. Wow. Crazy lucky day for him. He just pulled that graded 10 Lugia for 40 bucks. That's pretty spectacular. All right. When you watching the new Snow White movie? I feel like I already have. All right, there goes. Blake is headed into the star card break, which is this one right here. Okay, that is now 2 out of 5. Okay. They found crack in the White House. Joe snorted it. That's true, actually. They found a bag of crack, but they didn't know whose it was. Could have been anyone's. I don't think it's perfectly fair to blame Joe Biden for it. However, there's a lot of suspicion it might have been his son's drugs, because we know his son does do drugs. All right, or at least was doing drugs. All right, so Mr. Jacob. I'm going to toss these. And we get to pick a new breakout now. Ooh, what should it be, guys? What do you want the new break to be? All right. That's a big one. Let's go ahead and prepare these for the next round. Mewtwo. Ooh, a Mewtwo. That's an interesting thought. Yeah. Scooby-Doo, Dooby-Dooby. Okay. Oops. All right. Slowpoke. Well, it's a rare candy break, so it could be a lot of things. It could be a lot of expensive things. Typically, a rare candy break's around $1,000 or more. Okay. What break is going down? We get to pick out a new break because the Lugia break is over. The breaks are a mathematically better way to try and pull a high-end Pokemon card. We've shown the math multiple times. You actually have better odds in the breaks than you do just opening up packs of like Silver Tempest. We showed that. There it is. By revealing the average pull rate of the Lugia and the average PSA 10 rate. There it is. All right. Now, if you want to be the most conservative of all, you wouldn't get into a break at all. You'd just buy the card outright, correct? So let's see if I have something to my side. None of these. Those are too expensive. Dark Charizard, that's an interesting one. Right. I want to apologize for my wording. Oh, that's too nice of you, Brod. Mr. Broad. I apologize, too, for the slab having a issue with it. I didn't really think of it too much, so next time I'll think about that. Next time I'll remember that people care about that. All right, let's see. No problem at all. It's not Ray, you are. What? Did you say the big... Oh, I like this Gengar break. I feel like we had something already picked out. Didn't we have something already picked out for the next break? Were we all thinking about doing something? I said something like, well, we'll have this be the next break. God, I can't remember, dude. Pristine Gyarados. Oh, wait. It was this Gyarados, wasn't it? Was it this Gyarados right here? Rare candy. I wrote it right on the front. It was this guy. What do you guys think? Misty's Gyarados as the next break, potentially? That's one. That's pretty cool. Nice. I shouldn't have written on the front, but that's what helped us find it. So I guess that was the right move. The Pokemon Go Mew. So that is a pristine Misty's Gyarados. It's unlimited. But if it was a first edition, it would probably be too expensive. All right. This is a really cool vintage card. All right. Just give me a minute. We'll get a price on it. We got to pick a price. We're going to write in 10 Gym Gyarados. All right. And now we're going to go by highest price. And we're going to scroll down until we find the cheapest English one. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, this price won't be too terrible at all. Looks like it's going to be a total of 17 spots. That's not bad. 17 plus one star card will make it 18 total, okay? The star card's like a tax. It's like a tariff. We'll call it the tariff star. All right, you're doing it wrong again, says Joey Albrecht. Grr. I know you're being sarcastic, satirical. Gosh, man. Gosh. This one's about as bad as the Rocket card over here. This guy's a 17-star spot, so these are actually pretty similar to each other. Wow, look at that lineup, dude. That's a hot lineup. I'm liking that. All right, cool, man. It was fun hanging out. Gotta go to bed. Tired of ASF. I'll catch you later. Hope the rest of the stream goes well. Stay safe. Hey, what's under the sticker on the Gary? That's a crack. All right, let's get going. We just finished that. We have an order. Brennan Rodriguez, Jujutsu Kaisen English. Ooh, that doesn't ever get ordered. Well, it's not that it never gets ordered. It just hasn't been ordered in a while. Let's see if I can find it. I have a suspicion of where it should be. So I think it should be over here. And there it is. Jujutsu Kaisen English. I think you bought 2 of them. Nice. I'll buy 15 spots. I'll definitely be saving money if I win. Somebody's done that before. I think I've seen LaFlame do that. Here we are. Yes, you can absolutely do that, Mr. Broad. All right, here's... Look at this. Panda. Ooh. Look at that. Lovely. That's the 1-pack snipe right there. I farted loudly in the bathroom to assert my dominance. Ooh. Gross, man. Mr. Brennan with the B. Ah, here we are. Very nice. Andrew Martin, 1 pack of 151 English and a spot in the Lugia break. Okay, Andrew, you've got a $40 store credit. I could put you in Misty's Gyarados if you'd like. In a way, you're lucky you didn't go in, because I don't think the guy who went in last pulled the card, right? Who was the last guy in? I don't remember. Ooh. Venusaur. Look at that Venusaur. Put it in the Gyarados. In the Gyarados it goes. All right, that's for Andrew Martin. No snips. Not on that one. It was just 1 pack. Well, look at that. We already got one down. Yeah. Andrew Martin's done. We're moving on to Mr. Wolf. 3 of the Chinese Hidden Fates to end the night. Mr. Wolf's been busy tonight. Here it is. Here we are. 3 of these. Some of the viewers back in the day now have 5-year-old kids. Damn. That's crazy, man. I sent the 20. Sounds good. All right, Mr. Wolf. Oh, there's the first yawn. Oh, yeah. That's why we open these. Wow. So cool. Ooh, Minior. Tapless Mubu. Started watching TCC when Alanya was 1. She will be 6 in July. Oh, I didn't know Alanya was your daughter. That's so nice. Since the day I gave him the nickname Mr. Hey! Okay, we have a Sidro, and he ordered a Waifu Shuffle and 3 Fujibunko Volume 1. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom. We got this girl with the glasses. That's a cold one. Sorry, Isidro. And 3 of the Fujibunkos. Okay, 3 Fujibunkos. Oh. Ta-da. As always, Mr. Appreciate you. Until the next time, much love. Sounds good, man. See you later. Have a nice night. Okay. Wonder what video I should make next. I'm going to make more of those $100,000 videos for fun. Just to show you guys what $100,000 of cards looks like. There. Okay. Oh, and there's a hollow. I definitely am the OG. People do like the one whole box of blah, blah, blah. In a minute. People like those videos. Those do pretty well. Ooh. Ghastly, no rarity symbol. $40,000 Gold Star Charizard. Shining Ho-Oh. Elite Trainer Box. Dark Golbat 9. Jigglypuff PSA 10. It's pretty cool. I sent more money. Click on this. Javier Arroyo wants a Lugia spot. Can I put you into the Gyarados? I have a feeling that this one's going to fill pretty fast, Javier, if you wish. I'm German, Puerto Rican. You are? That's a fun mix. Okay. Now we have Mr. Brennan. Let's get you a spot as well. He's buying a spot. I was going to buy the Gold Star Greninja until I spent $400 a day on Journey Together. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, it's pretty expensive, that Gold Star card. It used to be like $100 back in the day. All right. Put it towards my slab away pack. All right, slab away pack it is. That's going to say 2 out of 18. I had such a poor dinner today. We're so out of food. Being in a house is so lame when you're out of food, man. You got to have good food in your home. All right, that is the worst looking rare candy I think I've ever drawn. But I understand the symbol, so that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Let's see. Oh, right, you said it was a pack. Scrolling down. This goes down to $120. Mister needs a private chef and someone that buys groceries for him. Oh, that'd be nice. Man, who wouldn't like that? That'd be nice. That'd take a lot of pressure off. So there's down, down into the depths. And down, down into the depths. They did encapsulate it the same. Come on, PSA. Also, look at those price differences. So clearly these were priced at different times. $225, $325. But look, the 9's only $10 more. This is either overpriced or this one on the right is underpriced. One or the other. I'll take a picture of them now. Hire my girlfriend to cook. She makes amazing homemade dishes and omelets. I don't think she wants to drive all the way out here. It wouldn't make sense. All right, we're going over here to all slabs. All right, there we go. All right. Very good. Here's a Them 3 Korean Terror Festival. All right, Korean Terror Festival. Good choice. Throw this away. I'll be your chef for free rent. That's possible, but I think the problem is you'd have to be a cute girl. There it is. I don't know if I'm looking to do free rent for a stinky guy. Yeah, we actually have a giant unused basement with the bathroom and everything. There it is. Okay. I'm in. There it is. Them. You could come over here and spend a week for fun. We'll show you the river, the lake. Here's Iron something. What's the name of this Pokemon? Iron Valiant? It's not Iron Valiant, is it? I can't remember. Ooh. Oh, picking up the Eevee. Let's do a group buy on that cherry. The best time to visit Lake of the Ozarks, in my opinion, July for fireworks weekend. Because if you just rent any lake house and go swimming in the lake, you'll get to see so many fireworks. Everyone loves to do fireworks out here. You should Breaking Bad that basement. Nah, too complicated. Nope. Just a basement. Here's Eevee. Not doing that. Is that Mew, the box topper? That? What is he talking about? I don't think Mew was a box topper in Expedition. It was a pull. All right, Mr. Thim and his fat little baggies here. Does that bathroom have carpet? It does. It does. It famously does. You'll get to enjoy some carpeted bathroom. Now you're all about that carpeted bathroom. After the show, I want to go for the summer and get an Airbnb. All slabs for $5, mister. Hey, man, if you were buying the slabs in cash from me, we could do a lower price. That cash purchase, trading cash for cards. Or if you brought some cards with you and you wanted to do a trade, way easier to do a trade in person. All right, Mr. Brennan says he'll take 2 of the Jujutsu Kaisens. Ooh, JJK. Where'd they go? Here they are. All right. Here they are. Ooh. Come on, mister. You should. No. Here it is. All right. All right. There we go. I think I got the wrong ones. Yeah, there's a Mew box topper. Huh? You got an action point. That's fun. And Maki Zenin. Ooh, Maki Zenin. How nice. Oh, what? Mr. Brennan. Okay. Here's your bag. Lovely. You got that panda earlier. Ash's dad is secretly Giovanni. I thought it was Mr. Mime. I could have sworn I saw a video that proved it. Hey, look at that. With that, the queue is empty. We're 2.5 hours in. It's a Wednesday nighttime stream. I see grading prices. Do you send the cards we pull to get graded? Is that how it works? That's correct. So if you hire me, I will send your card off to PSA Beckett CGC. You just tell me which one. All right. Oh, man. I call conspiracy. I hate Wednesdays. You don't like Wednesdays? What's wrong with Wednesdays? See these Hunter X Hunter packs? I don't think they're on the menu. I just need these to sell and be gone. I'm ready to cash out on these and have them be gone. So these are $3 per pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 remaining. That's $21 for all of them. All right. I usually work till 4:30 a.m. Oof. Yeah, I guess a lot of us are overnight workers or early morning or late night workers. That's why it's the late night stream. We've got these Naruto packs, vintage Naruto, Broken Promise. Printed by Bandai Namco, not by KU, which is like a strange new company from China. China, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We got 16 of these. So I am also trying to liquidate these. I've moved 2 packs of them, but I'm actually going to lower their price by $1 to make them a little more enticing. These are going to be $4 per pack. I was just about to ask about Naruto. It is. We've got KU Naruto somewhere, I think. But that's the better one. Broken Promises. They're pricier at $20, but that's the correct price. That is the break-even price as well. So that is my break-even price. And I'm just trying to get them moving a little bit. That's it. Naruto. Oh, rubbing my eyes here. Okay. So we should have some more packs. Here they are. The Garbage Pail Kids. Garbage Pail Kids. Oh, yeah. These are Topps Garbage Pail. Let's make them $4 a pack as well. I watch your stream while I'm doing surgery on a patient. Uh-huh. All right. I'm off to work. Have a good day. All right. So those are all some interesting sets that are not on the menu. You might be interested in them. Here's an order for Miss 6, solo leveling box and shipping. You got it, Miss 6, solo leveling box. Joseph playing Operation again. He's a real doctor. I'm a real boy. What pack breaks are going on? Hey, how's it going, Mr. Caleb Abaro? Still these two? They haven't really changed much. This one's the closer one to finishing. $32 per spot. There's 6 spots remaining. Our sales have actually been pretty good this last 7 days. And people just not buying into those pack breaks. Maybe they're too pricey. Yes, my husband. 6 needs the Junwoo Siggy. Tossing this over here. Junwoo. Sniffing this. Sent more for JJK. All right, Jujutsu Kaisen. We actually have a lot of that, so we have plenty of sealed boxes of Jujutsu Kaisen. All right. Tossing this away. Ready? Ooh. Oh, Gogun He. You did it. You pulled Gogun He. He's more of a Silver Fox type. Okay. Choi Jung-un. Jong-in. These Korean names really remind me that I'm looking forward to part 2. Oh, here he is! Sung Jin-woo. It's her husbando. I'm looking forward to Squid Game like crazy, man. I can't wait for Squid Game to come out. Ooh, we're getting Squid Game. We're getting Squid Game soon, guys. All right. I think Squid Game 2 did very well. Not as good as the first season, but second season has done well. All right. Gogun Hee Woo Chin Chul. Let me know, and I'll buy booster boxes from you. Yeah? Those cards are sick. You're wanting to buy a booster box of the Jujutsu Kaisen? Is that what you're saying? Here's Sung Jun-woo. Am I saying his name right? Here's a little Red Knight. Okay. Excited for One Piece live action season 2. Oh, there's going to be a season 2, huh? Where's the anime where Trump saves the world? Here's Igris. It's Igris. Igris, my favorite Pokemon. Okay. One last pack. Come on. Okay, no luck. No Siggy. Ugh, One Piece live action sucks. I hate it. I hate the Tesla trucks. Get them off my streets. Get them out of my town. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. No Siggy's BS. You know, it's always in the very next box, 6. The very next box. Not the one you're about to buy, but the one you didn't buy. There we go. It's always in the next box. There's always the box where if you had just bought one more, but decided not to. Okay, we got this. The yards are coming in. I want your Dark Explorers booster box. I have more than one of those. You gonna buy one? Dude. Oh yeah. Lovely, lovely. I'm saving my family water by not showering. They greatly appreciate it. Are you pheromone maxing? I'm pheromone maxing. James Gower, 4 live customs, 4 hollow shuffles. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, dude. That is pretty rough. Alright, how about these live shuffles? Maybe you get lucky in the shuffles, man. Did you hear about the new black and white set? I did. That sounds nice, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh. Ah! It's not over. Oh my gosh. Is that Charizard really $40,000? He really is. He's really $40,000. Kind of makes your head hurt. All right. He wasn't when I bought him, but he's gone up in value over time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 9. Because it had a -5 on it. All right. I'm scared. Please, baby Jesus. 1. Ah! 2. Oh my gosh, Mr. James. Saved by the bell. Umbreon sticker. Oh, that's decent. All right, let me go get that. You've probably never seen one of these, but it's a PSA 10 Umbreon sticker card. Check this out. I learned about them from Sven Jansen. Check that out. There you go. Very nice. It says Pikachu Award Sticker Hollow. Hopefully it shoots up in price over time. It's from 2023, okay? That's so rad. Pokemon Nintendo Game Freaks. Did you like that one? All right, James Gower. Now you got a fun story where you just barely nicked this one out of the box. You almost lost it. Somebody else was just going to steal it from you. I have that sticker as a Charizard. David Moraes, 3 Marvel Premium. Oh, yes. So the Marvel Premium should sell pretty fast because these already were really popular back in the day. Okay. We were cleaning up and found some of these laying around. Lovely. Love me do. Oh my God. America. This is who Trump thinks he is. Here's Loki and Thor. And here's Captain Planet. All right. Thank you, David. I'll DM you about the Rayquaza. Sounds good. Put that there. Mr. David. These tariffs are no good for Chinese Pokemon cards, man. Thinking about stocking the next Chinese set right now. It's going on in my mind. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be worth it until we get lower tariffs. All right, you'd like a little more Jujutsu Kaisen? All right. Pull these up over here. Get you a little bonus card this time. Promo pack. So you're digging around in this box. Let's give you the promo pack. Says that the available 2 on eBay are going for $150, so that's not bad. Oh yeah. Picking up a Sylveon's, picking up an Umbreon's never a problem. I think back when I bought that card, it was only like $75. Can that get sent with my Bulbasaur? I think so. It has a chance of being an upcharge. Also, there's a risk when it goes through customs, they'll be kind of like, you underdeclared. But that's only if they open the box. If they don't open the box, then nothing happens. So, yep. Those are my thoughts on it. All right. If something like that ever happens, by the way, guys, just go, oops, mistake. Let me pay the full value. Don't fight with them. Just pay the full value. Whatever the taxes is, just pay their stinky taxes. And report it to me, too, so that we know it happened. Here's Brennan with the BR. All right. All right. Ooh. Doopity-boop. Charmeleon 10. That's a nice card, man. The drill card. Monkey D. Wolfie. We've got Ancient Mew. Super Gengar. Wow, these are some really hot cards. Halo Sketch Drawing. Mister, how you get so sexy? I was born this way. All right. I went to the school of sexy. Nobody's in the queue. If you like short wait times, we got short wait times right now. That's a 9. That's a 10. I like this card a lot. Let me see what's left in the live customs. All right. I need more One Piece and Drago Ball. More One Piece and Drago Ball. One, two, three, 4, 5. Let's put the Dratini in there for 5. Hot sellers right now. Dragon Ball is? Yeah. Okay. Do. How many Ancient Mews did you send before getting a PSA 10? I think I bought this one. We sent our Ancient Mews to CGC, and a whole bunch of them got the Gem Mint 10, but only one of them got a Pristine. Do. Do. Scoopity buns. Let's get this Snorlax and put him in next. Okay, we'll put him in here for 120. So they're going in on clearance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all we need is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you believe these live custom holders have been used for 6 years now? Probably more like 5 though, because we didn't have them initially. I still remember those early years talking to Karis about, you know, how this card shop was just suddenly taking off, going to the moon. Those are some crazy times, man. I can't believe it's been all this time later. She and I need to move. I think it's time to move. You know, one thing about us, we don't really go on vacations. I think it would be more exciting to just move to a new place. All right, let's see. Any Japanese rocket packs for sale? Ooh, those are really nice Japanese rocket packs. But I don't have any for sale where I'm just trying to liquidate out of my position on them. The only thing I can think of doing is giving you a red price on them, and you would probably not like that very much. All right. Here we are. Mr. I sent for one OP11. Nice. Let's get it. OP11. Let me just do this real fast. There we go. All right. On my way to work, just copped a McDonald's breakfast. The breakfast of champions, maybe. Okay. We're doing a box of OP11. Let's get a box of OP11 for you. OP11's been kind of popular. Okay. And away he goes. We're running kind of low on live customs. All my friends gave me today when I spent the 400 saying you should have spent it on stocks. Oh yeah, well, you know, the stocks could have moved down too, so you never know. It's all just a gamble. Okay, one box OP11. Let's do it. I think I have to stand up. What about Gem Heroes? It's kind of the same deal on all of it. Like, I could probably dig that stuff up, but I'm not really looking to liquidate out of my position. All right. Sometimes after several years have passed, cards I've been holding for a long time will have raised enough up in price that I can just sell them at the current market price and still be able to make money. It is. All right, ready? But let's say I just bought it like a year ago and it's just the same price. I can't really do anything about that. Okay. Oh, yeah. You know what I have a ton of, Mr. LaFlame? OP6 English. Is that on the menu? Let's see. Marvel. Where's One Piece? English OP6, $9. I mean, it's definitely cheaper than the other English sets. Double check that, make sure that the price is right. But yeah, I have a ton of that for some reason. Okay, you ready? I also have a sealed case of English OP5. Because that set drove so many people crazy. All right. How much for the Hunter packs again? $21 for all of them. $3 a pack. Okay. Hunter x Hunter. Scooby-Dooby. Doo-dooby-doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. All right, all right, all right. One whole box. You got it. Here's a hollow. Hollow. All right. Here's this card here. Ooh. Hollow. Don't need hollows. Only full arts and up. All right, you got it. All right. Like this guy right here. Ooh. Very nice. By the way, LaFlame, if you ever want to trade your slabs in for more product like booster boxes or card grading, I'm totally down for that. I know you got some cards that you might maybe interested in selling anyways. We might be able to work out a price that makes you pretty happy on some of it. There it is. Ooh. Very nice. Because what I can tell you right now is I am in an interesting spot where I'm actually low on slabs. It doesn't look like I'm low, but it's because a lot of the slabs that I have for sale are the leftover niche slabs. So I got a lot of niche slabs, but I don't got a lot of mainstream kind of like slabs. Sounds good. Here we are. Here it is. Maybe a pretty standard way to make an offer is just look up the cheapest buy it now price on a slab, subtract 13%, and see if I bite at it. This. All right. And that might work for both of us. Here's this. Here's this. And here is this. Ooh. And ta-da, the bunny. I'll make an Excel today. There we go. All right. So you earn a lovely alt-art, whoever this guy is. He's wearing a suit and he's got a hat. And I think you said no hollows. So those are getting moved over here to the side. You've got a fresh bag over here. Let's see, Mr. Lance. I thought you had a bag. Didn't you have a bag? I swear you had a bag. Louis Laurie. Ah, here it is. Found it. All right. Are you wanting to give up these hollows as well? Or are you liking these hollows? OP11. Minister, some don't know how to subtract 15%. I don't know how to subtract 15%. I guess if you wanted to subtract 15, you'd subtract 10 first, and then you'd add half a 10 as well. Sent for 3 more. All right, sounds good. Let's do it. 3 more boxes. I'll donate those hollows. All right. It's nice. You got a nice little thick bag now. There's something about the hollows that are just sort of like not the same. Okay, he said 3 more boxes. We're going nuts tonight, guys. 3 OP11. Oops. Also the SR of OP11. The SR. So we got 1 box here. We got 2 boxes behind me. Ready? Shoop. Oh, you mean the other hollows. I know what you're talking about. You got it. We'll do that to this next round. Ready? Do. I don't know how to subtract 15%. Where's ChatGPT? Well, 10% of $100 is $10, right? So then half of $10 is $5. So add 10 and 5 together, that's 15. All right, here we go. So let's do a more complicated number. 10%, 15% of $1,630. So 10% of $1,630 should be about 160 with 30 cents or something like that, right? Oops, my bad. Tipping those over. So, and then half of 160 is 80, right? So 160 and 80, that's like 240. There we are. So that should be 15% of $1,630. Let's pull that gold Luffy. There's a gold Luffy in here? I didn't know that. Dang. Yeah, that's exciting. Gold Luffy, huh? All right, so this is an SR, and you're saying you're not interested in your SRs. Here we are. Here's a hollow. What I think I'll do is I'll save these, and maybe every day I'll donate one to the Pokepot. Here we are. Doop-a-doo-poo. Ba-doo-doo. Ooh, that's not bad. All right. I think that's Nami. Okay. Here's I think that looks like Nami too. I might have you keep that one. Maybe not. You know what the girl SRs? I don't know if the girl SRs are worth anything. Here you are. To be honest, I've seen them like a million times, so I bet they're not. I got thousands of those at my house. I feel you. All right. That makes a lot of sense. I experienced a similar thing. All right, but here's the Dawn card. Is it Dawn? Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Very good. Very good. Whew. Just multiply the amount times 0.13, then subtract by the original amount. All right, man, look at this woman. She has such small breasts. So unrealistic. Normally girls have bigger boobs than that. Okay, I'll set this here for the moment. And now let's go get another box. Ta-da! Next box. Ooh. We'll set this here. Ooh. Isn't there 2 super rare Luffys in this set? The cards are embossed with 24 karat gold. Is that right? They're embossed with real gold. Damn, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'd love to pull that. I didn't know that it was such a cool set. All right. Oh my gosh, we have 56 likes. Yay! I'm so rich in likes. Alright, we got the goth chick. Oh, you got this card a second time. I don't know about that. Maybe there'll be a leader card in this box. Okay, here's the Dawn card. Alright. 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 That guy's looking like a bad guy. Here's Hat Man. Okay. Sanji. Cooking guy. Someone's going to pull the manga watch. I wouldn't complain. Man, when we get the manga pulls out of these sets, sometimes those videos do extremely well. People love to watch mangas get pulled. Any vintage you would be okay with selling. I mean, generally, yes. But again, the problem is anything I sell is probably going to be overpriced. That's the problem with it, okay? So the real question is any vintage you're willing to overpay for. Because I ain't trying to sell right now. I'm mostly just trying to hold. Here it is. I'm a dirty holder. Here we are. Oh, yeah. Kind of like what we do with the brakes. You know, the brakes are a little overpriced on the vintage packs. That's the whole idea. All right. All right. That was box number 2. Everyone gets really excited over the modern stuff, but I'm more like a vintage guy myself. I really like it. I'd be happy to see it live. I'm a free man. My exams all passed and finished. Nice. Very good. You know, there's one day, Mr. Wildbeer, where you take your last test and you never have to take it again. It is. It's a pretty crazy day in your life. Take your very last test. It's weird, you know. It's like it's something from your childhood almost. That's the feeling of it. Tests. Yeah. Yo, how the Ancient Mew 990? Holy smokes. There you go. Well, that's a red label. But yeah, he is going up in price over time. People are nostalgic for that card. I remember me and my brothers and sisters, we went and watched Pokemon the movie. 2000 or whatever. Pokemon the movie, the first movie. We watched that in movie theaters. And, yep, every one of us were handed a promo of the Mew. And to be honest, we treated it like it was junk. We all thought it was basically a stupid toy. We didn't think it was valuable at all. Not one of us thought to save our Ancient Mew in a nice way. We all thought it was stupid junk. Every kid on the street had one. It was like this card you all got for free. You didn't have to even buy a booster pack. You just got it. So that card was considered almost like junk cardboard. You know, like you get like a cereal box or something like that, and there's like a little game on the back. It was like something like that. So nobody was impressed by it. All these years later, so few Mews for such a large hobby. Oh, she's ready to marry you. Konnichiwa. All right, here she is, the blushing bride. There's a day where you never go back out to play. Yeah, that's a great perspective as well. Like when I was a homeschooler, at these homeschool functions, there were like these big sport meetings. We would meet together and play like ultimate frisbee or something like that, touch football. And those were some really good times, man. I got so much exercise, and I was so young and athletic. Then I guess there was the last time I did that. I didn't really think of it. Whoa, there you go. That's a little bit better. Howdy. I love my Ancient Mew. Kept it in pretty good condition. Graded it and got an 8. Nice. Oops. Dropping hollows here. Nice, dude. It got an 8. That's cool. It's like it's like holding on to gold or something, and then one day you check the price on it, you're like, holy, when did gold get so valuable, or silver or something like that, right? All right. Ooh. Princess Shirahoshi. You got the princess. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Actually bought a sealed Ancient Mew a year back for $40 shipped. Yeah, they were costing about $40, weren't they? I wonder if they're a lot more expensive now. They probably are. They probably moved a little bit. Everything in the hobby seems to be going up. It's kind of crazy. There we have it. Should have invested while stocks were down, huh? Yeah, people were saying buy the dip and stuff like that. Pretty crazy times, huh? It's not over. That's my perspective. It's not over. I wanted to mention Trump only paused the tariffs. He didn't stop them. He did that with Mexico and Canada earlier, and they just went into effect later. Like they were paused, and then they were not paused. All right, I'm saving to watch them in multiple episodes, so not yet. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into Mr. LaFlame's bag. Here you go, Mr. LaFlame. All right. Thank you. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Who's next? We have an order from click Arturo Perez for the Hunter packs. Here they go. I sent for 3 more. Oh, you're going deep. This is Arturo Perez, Hunter x Hunter. Okay. All right. 8 days till new rocket. Something like that. Scary, man. Trump is performing one of the biggest balancing acts. His opponents say it was market manipulation. Ooh. I guess it is kind of scary that he could, like, be friends with you and be like, hey, you know I'm about to lift these tariffs, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest market manipulation in history. He should be in jail. You hear people saying that. All right. Well, Mr. Arturo, you did well. These rounds of Hunter x Hunter had one last hit in them. Look at that. That's the box hit. So you did well. Somebody missed out on that. All right. Very nice. Do you keep the bulk and we only get the hits? That's right. I keep the bulk and you only get the hits. That's exactly how it's working. That's what a normal rip and ship channel would do. We like to remove the bulk. Javier, 2 Azure Lane, Volume 2. 2 Solo Leveling, 2. Oh, 2 Solo Leveling. Oops. 2 Korean Terra Festival. All right. Korean Terra Festival is going to be right over here. 2 Solo Leveling would be right over here. Look at that. For sure, I'm new to this. My bad for the question. Oh, you're fine, man. No problem at all. Yeah, this is called a live rip and ship. Think of it like DoorDash, but for cards. It's like DoorDash, but for opening booster packs. There's a nice community feeling to it. If you pull something crazy, we turn it into a clip. And it's very convenient. You can just sit on your couch at home and open packs and see what you pull. All right. Some people really get into it. They like learn how to snipe and stuff like that. All right, you ready? All right, we got a hollow and a hollow. Here's Terror Festival with Araku. All right. Okay, not a Master Ball. Here's the solo leveling. I don't like any of these cards. Sungjina. And the whole round was bad. Here you go, you get these Sungjin Woo cards. 2 Hot Wing Arena as well. Oh, I didn't see that. Yes, sir. 2 Hot Wing Arena. Let's get you some hot wings. That sounds really good right now. Hot wings. Man. Here they are. Thank you, Javier Arroyo. If you guys are getting excited for the Glory of Team Rocket box, booster boxes, we've got a box break going on, just like any slab break. Here it is. All right, you might be interested in that because we're pretty close to launch. When that one ends, we just run a new one. Electivire. Cold. I'm hungry. There it is. Yeah, I didn't eat very well today. I didn't eat like what I wanted to eat. You know, that's what I'm saying. I had like yucky food today. We had these pre-seasoned chicken quarters from like the grocery store. They looked really good. And we roasted them in the oven and they were so bland. Like they didn't put any... It looks like they're really well seasoned, but they're not. It's deceptive. It was terrible. It's like just eating plain meat. It's like, damn, dude, we should have seasoned these. This Javier Arroyo. All right. I'm hungry for birria tacos. No flavors, just like the HEB chickens. Ah, it was so bland, dude. I was like, this was seasoned? Sometimes I feel like low quality seasonings don't have any flavor to them. Like all the flavoring in the seasoning is like disappeared. Here it is. The only thing it tasted like was greasy chicken. That was the one flavor. Greasy chicken that's been sitting in your fridge. That's the flavor. Pretty bad. Okay, we're done with that round. We have a Sarah order for 1 box of OP11. All right, let me go grab that. We're going to grab a total of 4 boxes because we know the flame's going in as well. Two, 3, 4. Oops. All All right. Sarah got excited watching you open all these boxes. Those chickens smell and look so good when you walk in. Where? Oh, you talking about the pre-cooked ones? Yeah. They trick you with the pre-cooked chickens. Oh, those are going to taste so good. They don't. How about those Walmart chickens? Those are ghastly, dude. Those are terrible. Walmart chickens, and they're in a plastic bag now. It's so horrible, man. The plastic bag's the worst part. You got to pull your chicken out of a nasty plastic bag. Yuck, dude. All right. Paid you on Cash App. Yep, you're very close. You're actually right after Sarah. There you are. Miss Sarah. Snipping this. All right. Snipping this. All right. Do. Okay. Here's a hollow. 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 That's a hollow as well. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Okay, there's your Dawn card. Let's cut O'Brandon. All right. Oh, man. Very good. Here's a business idea for you. Please do CT scan service for us. Man, that would be interesting. You mean like middleman for CT scan? All right. CT scanning scares me. You got the golden juicy buns. All right. Very good. All right. Man, my sinus is inflamed even though I'm not sneezing. No, you buy the CT scan and you scan them. Oh, no, that'll never happen. I don't want cancer. No, sir. I'm staying away from all that. All right. Ooh. Do. Wow, it's crazy to think that there's guys who own those CT scanners this whole time. They've probably been scanning away. All right, there we go. Miss Sarah. Ooh. Oh, all right. Let's go grab your box. Scooby Buns. It's Joel Morales. Morales? Hey, what's up, Joel? How's it going, man? So, now after Sarah, we have a Lugia for Korean 151 packs. Looks like you might have bought 3 of them. Let me see how many you bought here. No. You bought more than 3. You sent me $30 and they're $7.50 each. Let's do the math. 30 divided by 7.5. 4. Oh, that works out to an even 4, huh? That's so interesting. 4 of them. Ba-doop. All right. So you're after this, Mr. LaFlame? Okay. Haha. 4 of these. Sometimes known as both of these. All right. What do we got? It's calm, ain't it, bro? The stream? Yeah, it's calm. All right. Here's this guy here. Rawr. Part of it is I'm sleepy as hell. Nowadays, I go to sleep directly after the stream is over. I do not stay up anymore. I used to stay up till 8 a.m. in the morning, and then I'd go to bed. So, you know, when we're streaming, this is more like the middle of my day. This is now like minutes away from when I go to sleep. So it's weird. It's like your brain has way less energy. You start tripping over all your words. All right, there we go. You can make those color guards. They make for the slabs, but for regular magnet card holder or other. How does your brain shut down directly after a 3-hour stream? It's tripping balls right now. I'm tired as hell. It's not that hard at all, actually. You just gotta lay down in bed and you zonk out. All right, Mr. Lou, here we have 4 packs. Lou, I don't think you pulled what you wanted. Did you need a new bag, Mr. Lou? Mr. Lou. It's almost 5 a.m., but it's my Sunday. Who are these guys? Oh, here's Lewis Sutton. He just had me unmute him the other day. Did he stop in and say hi? I can't remember. I think he did. I think he stopped in and said hi, didn't he? So I'm here sending money with Mr. Here's Leon 1. I'm from the Netherlands. The Netherlands. Leonardo Cedillo. Leo Flores. I think we're getting Lou a new bag, I suspect. All right, Mr. Lou. I'm new. Ah, nice, man. Well, thanks for placing an order with me tonight. Let's get you that baggie. All right. Blue Casta. Okay. That says 425 for April 2025. Very nice. No new customer slabs? I currently don't have any. Okay, so Sarah's done. I believe it's LaFlame's turn next. There it is, LaFlame. 3 boxes of OP11. Oh, yeah, spicing up the stream. So tonight's stream brought to you by LaFlame. All right, let's see. Flipping that over. Aha. Ooh. Slipping that. Let's see the Omga. Yes, the Omga. All right. All right. All right. Let's go. Good luck for good pulls. Okay, there we go. All right. Very nice. Tossing this away. Box number 1, LaFlame. This Animal Crossing music isn't so bad right now. It's kind of a nice break from all the other music we normally listen to. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Oops. All right. Hello. We're looking for that hit. Where's the hit? Here's the Dawn card. Six, you're still awake? Six is like, I'm going to sleep. She was tricking us. Okay, so I think we treat the Dawn card just slightly different. Wait, how are we doing this? We had this like this, and this like this, and this. Okay, there we go. Oh, the pack. Okay, that pack hasn't been opened yet. Okay, set this down here. Ah, there we are. Oh, look who it is. Pink-haired guy. I never said that. All right, I think I'm hearing voices in my head, Six. All right, there we go. I'm hearing that chicken jockey. All right, all right. What do you guys think of those guys trashing those movie theaters to Minecraft? I love it how angry the movie theater gets too after it's all over. It's like, man, these are some of the funniest moments we've had in a long time. It is. All right. Movie theaters complaining about getting trashed and all that, but they don't realize how, you know, that experience of being with the crowd is a big selling point for leaving your house and going out to the movie theaters. I don't need dawns. All right, no dawns. Or just hits. Just hits. All right. We're going deep. Oh, yeah. Ready? I think One Piece is going to be a good investment, man. People do not stop opening this stuff. The fact that it's so heavily open, and I don't feel like some big celebrity pushes it or anything. I think a lot of people look at it like it's still somewhat experimental in terms of a long-term hold. But despite that, it still gets opened so heavy. Yeah, this is probably going to do very well over time. My kitty wants my food. No, kitty, it's my pot pie, kitty. I'm sure they realize that, but the workers that don't care about the sales and have to clean up the mess probably don't get raises or anything. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably no fun. It is. I guess that's the nature of business to some degree, is you do some menial task for another human being. Snipping Pokemon packs. All right. Especially the English sets, yeah? I think Japanese cards have their place. The show's made in Japan. All right, here goes. Do-do-do-do-do. Oops. I was scrolling through TikTok today and I ran across a TikTok live stream, and it was two dudes streaming and they had some music playing and it was so shit, dude. I hated it so much. I listened to it and I was like, I can't take this. I got to get out of here. It made me appreciate my own music. Playing something like Animal Crossing, that's where we're staying. We are never going to play, you know, like my favorite music. That's never happening. Except for on the nights where I want to make no money and I want to scare everyone away. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh. Very nice. Wee wee wah woo wah 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 woo woo. What? What are you saying there, Brandon? All right. Oh yeah. Do do do. Scooby Buzz. Made you say it. Animal Crossing music, I think. Oh yeah, that sounds about right. All right, that's box number 2. You got the guy. What's his name again? There it is. The main character. Something with an L? Alright. I can't believe I can't name them. There's Nami, Trafalgar Law, Sanji. Why can't I name the most common? Monkey D. Luffy. There it is. Luffy. Luffy. That's why I was thinking of the letter L. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, very nice, very nice. Gasp, you got Rascal Does Not Dream series? Wahoo! Yes, Rascal Does Not Dream series is on the way. I was just looking for something to add to the menu. All right. I like donuts. Oh, man, I love donuts. That's why I can't buy any, because they're no good for me. Yeah. Oh, you got Blushing Bride again. All right. That's definitely a card. So it almost feels like this set only has alt arts these days. Is that it? Is it all alt arts now? Bow down in Asian. It is. Here's a hollow. Oops. Here's a hollow. Here's an SR. Dunno. That pudding card is sick. Yes, that's my favorite card, the pudding card. I too know what the pudding card is. All right, there we have it. Okay. All right. Grabbing this. Grabbing this. Ooh. Ah. Oops. Very nice. Okay. I flew all the way to Mahasvara's place. Wow. What did that cost you? Like 500 fireworks? If I was going to do that, I'd keep paper and... well, no, I wouldn't need to keep paper. I'd just have a whole bunch of rockets in my inventory. He lives really far away. Mahasvara. I don't know why he did that. Why did he choose to be so far away, I wonder? So, here you are. That one says SEC on it, huh? This is SR star. This is SEC star. Took like 30 to 40 minutes? Took you that long in minutes? He's not that far away, is he? That's really far away. I don't know why he did that. I really don't. I don't know why he decided to be like an hour away from everyone else. Actually, I think it would have been more fun. It would have been more fun if everyone was kind of crammed into the same small space together. I would have liked that. Or maybe if like we were all sharing like an immediate border with each other, so that you wouldn't have to stray that far away to see what everyone's building. But it's hard to pull that off because, you know, as people build, they want to expand. And then when you expand, you go, oh, I can't expand. You took up the good land. I'm going to try one more time. 6. Okay. So now we open all the cards in order. Let's see. You just sent your order. 6. It's Luke Casta's turn. He says, let me get another. Luke Casta, you got it, man. There we go. 4 of these. No, not the solo leveling cards. All right. All right. I'll get you some solo leveling cards. You gotta trade me that Champion's Path Charizard, man. We'll do a trade. What's that? Here's... Oh, Golden Ghoul. It's the Cinnamon Man. All right. Here's a mask. 71 days until summer. Summertime. I used to hate summertime in Missouri, but now that I have a nice air-conditioned home and a nice air-conditioned vehicle, and I live by the water, now it's kind of a nice thing. You go, oh man, the heat's a good thing. Like, if it didn't get hot, you couldn't go swimming in the water. I need to convince the old man. Oh, sure. We are. All right. Did that card recently sell? Maybe there's some recent sold date on that. Here it is. Lou. Haha. Thank you. All right. Very nice. And a jet and a boat. Oh, yeah, for 2,100 by Probstein. So if you ever want to trade it in, we got a recently sold value on it. So now we know what the market thinks about it. So yeah, totally down for a trade. You could do a case of something or whatever you wanted. Just something to keep in mind if you ever get tempted by it. All right, now Miss 6, you ready? All right. Ta-da. Pop 13 Pelipper, fancy. He's underrated. I've actually sold one before, and that's the craziest part. So this is like the second one that's crossed through my hands. Pelipper is one of those Pokemon that never seems to sell, and then one day he just does. And that's one of the things I've learned about Pokemon, is just to be patient. You got Pokemon cards that are very niche, like this Gem Mint 10 Karuta Horsey. And you're like, that'll never sell. But then one day it just does sell. Like, it's just gone. There we go. Oh, yeah. 6 is nervous. How often do you stream, says Lewis? Every single freaking day. Sometimes twice a day. Actually, oftentimes twice a day. And then we have our gaming channel, too. I streamed over there today. About an hour and a half, hour, 40 minutes. I got to keep that channel alive somewhat because, you know, Pokemon Legends ZA is going to come out. I had to play that live for you guys. Okay, there we go. Just another way for us to connect with each other and have fun. Okay, here we are. All right. Ooh. You got Sung Jin Woo. I'm so proud of you, 6. Yay! Keep grinding. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've been grinding a long time. Sometimes I think about when I'll eventually retire. Maybe I would retire after 10 years. But the thing is, if I ever truly stopped working, what would I do? I don't know what I'd do. I'm a really unique guy. I don't have like any family at all. And I don't have a bunch of kids either. So I'm like this person who has lots and lots of time to work on nothing but his career. Here's Igris. It's Igris. We are. And that's it. So, you know, I think you would find somebody like me doing what I'm doing because I just have the time to do it. Spend all my time with you guys, to tell you the truth. Sung Jin Woo. Here's Wu Jin Chul. Okay. You can retire now with all those Charizards. I don't know if that would be enough for retirement. And also, I don't know how selling those would look. I think it would take a long time for the market to absorb all my cards. So I don't think it would work like that. But maybe I could retire without cash. Instead of having cash, just have cards. And then just sell a card every time I need cash. So every month, I have to sell a couple cards. And that's it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how exactly it would work. It's weird. Because I could just leave all the money in the cards, and maybe that would do better than leaving it in, like, the stock market, for example. Not sure. So far, the cards are beating the stock market. I think they have. Some cards have definitely beaten the stock market, like Evolving Skies booster boxes. Those have done extremely well. Team Up? How about Team Up, man? Pricing around the 4,000s. My God. All right, there you go, Miss Six. You could live like that and just travel for a year. I think I would get bored. I think I'd get bored. You know, I get bored, I really do. I like being productive a lot, I really do. So I think if I quit doing Pokemon, I'd have to do something else. Maybe like a lumber mill. Maybe I'd go back to the gaming channel. Maybe I'd start some other kind of YouTube channel. I don't know. I know a lot about running YouTube channels. I've been running them for so long. So I know how to get a social media group going. Maybe I find something charitable to do for other people for once. I think I've just kind of looked out for myself my whole life. I remember I opened up Team Up for $200 5 years ago. Yeah, like 5 years ago, I bought a box of Team Up to go on like a display basically on my shipping table, and it was like $140. And that same box is still with me today, and it's now worth $4,000. So I really witnessed that over the last 6 years, and it's why I feel so strongly about how good these cards have been doing. I don't know what to think about it all. It's almost it's like kind of too crazy, actually. It almost makes you nervous in a certain way, but then again, it's like, it is what it is. And I buy cards, like I bought that Gyarados for $20,000, and that made me feel happy. I was pretty happy with that. The main character is hot. Six, you're such a simp. She's simping. Wow, what a nice stream it's been, guys. We've been live for 3 hours and 47 minutes. We're at 5 a.m. now. Why don't we work on the giveaway? We haven't done the giveaway at all. Okay. There you go. Okay. Bring this out. Hit refresh. Okay, TCC is the code word. We're going to put Mr. LaFlame on one. He was the biggest buyer tonight, pretty easily. Mr. LaFlame, thanks for all your support, Mr. LaFlame. I appreciate you. You know who I miss? I miss Jennifer Yap. I got to talk to her, tell her to come back. I'm going to text her. I'm going to send her a message. Where'd my phone go? Let's see. She hasn't even stopped in and said hi in a while. Well, shoot. Where did I put my phone? I don't know where I put my phone. How crazy is this? Have I just been doing this with that? No, I'm sure I have my phone somewhere. I must have set it somewhere. How can I not know where my phone is? I hate this. I hate it. I have too much stuff. I have way too much stuff. Oh, there it is. I found it. Nope, that's not it. That was not it. I take it back. Crazy, dude. I can't find my own phone. Didn't we use the phone in the stream? I swear I used the phone in the stream. All right, let's go over here and pick out some winners. I know we used the phone while we were live. /Andyman. Esau Perez. How's it going, Esau Perez? What's up, man? Tammy Lowe. And Elijah. All right, you made it on, Tammy. How cool is that? Landed on 2 for Mr. Sandslash. Hey. Sandslash, how long have you been here? How long have you been part of our group, Sandslash? I hate you, Nightbot. WTF did I just find? Nightbot just hates me. I'm here every stream. Damn you, Nightbot. It's pretty tough out there, Mr. Alex. I wouldn't feel too bad. I think everyone experiences that. Somebody made a floating booby girl in Minecraft. A floating booby girl. Is that by Alex's house? I know Alex has like one boob or something like that. I can't find my cell phone. I'm going to stand up and see if I can find it. Not on the table. Did I carry it like over here or something? Well, I think I'll wrap up here, guys, and I'll use my cell phone to find my other cell phone. So I think that's what I'll do, since Apple phones do that. Do I get a consolation smooch? Smooch! All right, that's going to be the end. I can't believe I can't find my cell phone. I'm going crazy. It should be just here. It should be right here. All right, yeah, let's wrap up before I lose my mind. I had a great time, guys. We're going to be back on tomorrow for the Thursday stream. Thursday and Friday coming up. Hopefully some slabs tomorrow. And let me know about buying some of those slabs, Mr. LaFlame. I'll figure out what we can do about it, okay? See you later, everybody.